All right, we're live. We are here going live, and we're just gonna wait for people to show up. It's Mother's Day, so I don't know how big the crowd's gonna be. But for anyone in the YouTube crowd, just for a quick message for you guys, believe is the word I'm hearing, and it's a good time to. Hey, how's it going, Huge Badonkers? How are you doing? Marriage, you wanna? Hey, good to see you too. How are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty well. I feel like this screen is closer up than normal, but maybe it's not. Is it zoomed in? No. Oh my god. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, I'm doing well. I'm feeling tired, but good. Happy Mother's Day. How are you guys doing? Oh man, now that I know I can zoom in, I can do all sorts of stuff. Hey Christy Sai, good to see you. How are you doing? Everyone having a good morning? Oh, everyone say hi to your moms for me. You don't have to, if it's like too weird, but I just thought it would be funny if everyone just said hi to their moms for like some random dude on TikTok. Not that I'm a random dude on TikTok, but you know, just the idea of it. I'm doing pretty well. Christy Sai. Do all repairs? Yes. To give an example, I don't want to say they're delayed, but like the answer that came through is like sometimes they're delayed. And like to give an example, like for a long time, I would be like saying like I guess like Hindu chants for Lakshmi and for Ganesha, and Lakshmi is all about abundance and prosperity. And I would listen, I would jam the chant of. I was just like, all right. It must have been for like half a year. It was a solid amount of time where I'd be like, all right, I'm just going to be very intentional about everything I do. And so like on the way to work and back, I'd jam like the Lakshmi mantra, which is about like prosperity and abundance and bringing that in. And it's in a way that's like, it keeps your, not that you lose your soul to that stuff, but it just keeps you like in a way that's happy and fulfilling as well. And so, sorry, I saw the comment about how you love that, about the moms saying, okay, sorry. But, and so like it didn't have, it did, there were little things I noticed that like I'd get like $1 raise. I'm like, okay, cool, at work. And like people would give me money, like I'd teach guitar lessons for a bit for like my younger brother, and I'd get extra money that way. I'd be like, okay, cool. But it's like, one thing that happened is I got a reading from a practitioner I work with. And she was saying like, just so you know, your prayers are heard. And even though it took like it was a slow ramp up, but now I'm really seeing, I feel the results of those prayers like now, if that makes sense, even though it wasn't like, it's like it's a ramp up and a build up. So yes, so I would keep praying and like yeah, they are heard, just keep doing it is what I'm hearing for you. So hopefully that helps. Huge Badonkers. Esme Salazar, good morning, how are you doing? JWoww Ontario, good morning, how are you doing? Yeah, so just so you guys know, I can totally do chat for a bit. Go ahead, because it shows up in chat too. Go ahead and ask your questions in the Q&A too, just in case, because if this gets going, I don't know how busy it'll be because of Mother's Day. And I know Stephanique isn't here because she's at breakfast with her mom, so she'll be on later. And I think Kylie, the other moderator, is busy. So once it picks up more, we'll just jump to the Q&A, but for now, it'd be a good idea to put questions in the Q&A box. So let's see, let's go by order here. Mary Juana asks, is there anything my spirit guides want me to hear? They want me to pull a card. Dragon card. Okay. Cool. Any, woof, water dragon. Helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ, light, and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow is what the card says. I'm hearing shark spirit animal, weirdly enough. And I think what that means is like, one, go after what you want. If there's any fears or like obstacles that are popping up, I would face them weirdly like head on, but it's like yes, head on, which is, it's not exactly what this it is and isn't what this card is about, because this is about flowing around obstacles. But if the way around the obstacles is to face them head on, then I guess that's the way to handle it. I would definitely pay attention to shark spirit animal. I don't know why they're pointing out hammerhead shark in specific. I guess it's just because being weird is cool, and hammerhead shark's kind of like a little out there with the hammerhead. Another thing I'm hearing is be open to receiving anything the universe is sending your way, because it's like, whether that's healing, whether that's friendship, whether that's like something you've been asking for or something completely different. I think the universe is like a certain order. It wants to drop things into your life regarding your manifestations, and it's like it might not be what you expect is what I'm hearing. So I would hold on, as you know, like I'm seeing like a roller coaster when the handlebars kind of come down, and it's like, hold on please. It's Six Flags Great America which is in like Chicago. There's like a lot of the rides have like the announcers like, hold on please, and like the handlebars will come down on the roller coaster. And so that's what I'm hearing for you. So it's like I would get ready for like a potentially bumpy ride in the near future, but not bad. I'm just giving you a forewarning that it's just like, and however bad you thought it would be when your mind jumped to it, it's not that bad. I'm Mary Juana. So I feel like you're on the right track in general. I think there's just a couple like minor course corrections coming in with just like perspective things is what I'm hearing. So say the course, the universe has it taken care of, and like pay attention to the order things are showing up, because it's like that's almost as important as what's showing up. I don't know, that's an interesting thing. But also take time to heal if you need to heal, and also you're protected as well is what they want to say. You can't really mess things up right now, so like within reason within reason, of course. So take any risks you want to take, like dye your hair purple, whatever you want to do. You're divinely looked after, so they want to put that in there. So hopefully that helps. Anything? Yeah, they're just saying to stay the course, and like definitely don't worry too much about what's upcoming, because it's like it is taken care of, and I feel like it'll be a breeze, even if there is like a little bit of like a like bumpy spots. So hopefully that helps. Chrissy Sai, can I ask my weekly question? Will Dave and I be in a relationship? I still get yes. Body pendulum still swings to yes, but I think patience, please. Here's what I'm getting and seeing is like he's kind of going in a loop, and I don't like, I guess that's mental is what I'm hearing, where it's just like, what do I want? Ooh. So that's not to call him down or make fun of him. That's just what I'm seeing. I feel like he'll come around, but I would definitely be patient, and like potentially even don't be a player, but play the field is what they're saying, where it's just kind of like, look at your other options, see what else is out there. You'll still want to be with Dave is what I'm hearing, but they're just saying it's a good idea to keep your mind open is what I'm hearing. But my body pendulum still swings to yes on that, so hope that helps. Esme Salazar 77 asks, can I please get a reading? Yeah, absolutely. First card that popped out was Thor's Red, Black, and Gold Dragon, so you're protected and watched over. I'd actually potentially consider working with Thor if you work with deities or anything like that. He might be a good one to work with for you. Fire element is important for you. They're saying to pay attention to fire as a sign, like from the universe, and like different colors of fire for some reason. So if you see like different colors of fire, like if a picture shows up and it's art and it's like green fire, like just pay attention to that. For some reason that's a sign, and that'll make sense down the road, I want to say, or soon. What else are they saying? They're saying something about lighting your soul on fire, Esme Salazar. So I think it's like finding the things that really like bring you delight, and like you have that like that light in your eyes and that glimmer of like hope, if that makes sense. So paying more attention to that and bringing like more of that into your life, and that's through intention. And it's also just kind of like paying attention to like what sparks me alive, whether that's I don't know, that could be readings, it could be walking your dog, it could be anything like arts, anything like that. They're also saying roses are also a sign for you. This card flipped open and I looked at it, and I saw the roses and they said roses are a sign for you. So also fortune is a word they're circling on this card. It says good fortune is coming. So there's like a turn in the tides for you. I think that's summer through fall, and like feel free to expend that in either direction as far as the timing, but it's like I feel like good fortune and abundance are on its way for you. So that's another thing that's coming your way, Esme Salazar. I hope that helps. You're a great being, and be sure to, this card popped out, which is Black Dragon cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. And they're talking about incubus, and the words that are under here are meditate, reflect, undergo, metamorphosis. They're talking about incubating. So I think it's just like, if you have any like ideas or like projects, I would incubate them, if that makes sense. And like get to work on them, but don't rush it, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense for you, Esme Salazar. I hope that helps. Thanks for the rose, by the way. Talking about roses being a sign. Thought D, hi. Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. Asked by Bella. Good to see you, Bella. Love reading. No cards. What I'm hearing is you have a lot more options coming than you realize for love, and that's just like, I don't know why they said hot girl summer, but they're like hot girl summer. So I don't know if you're like planning on hot girl summer, if that hot girl summer is even your thing. But I would prepare for some fun potentially in the sun, and like realize there will be more coming your way than like you think. I think is what I'm getting, like just a bit more action, a bit more intrigue, a bit more interest potentially. From more people than you thought would come around. So that's what I'm hearing for you, Bella. Anything else for love? If you're interested in someone, here's the advice that's coming through is lure them in. It's like, I don't know if coy is the right word. Like play coy. I don't remember what coy means exactly. So I'm hesitant to use that word, and I'm just saying that so that you realize I might have misused that word. But it's like, a lot of the times the advice will be like, yeah, shoot your shot. But at this point, they're saying don't be too obvious. Play it a little bit cool, and like don't be cold, and like don't be mean per se. But like let them know you're interested, but don't jump on their lap, if that makes sense. So that's the advice for like any specific love interest at this time, or any that come up soon, if that makes sense. Like especially the next one is what I'm hearing. So that's another thing. I think you'll know how to play that, and not that it's a game, not that it's something you play, but you know how to work that situation, I guess, if you will. But love will come. They're saying love will come. Not to fret, not to worry. I know, like, if it's been a while, it won't be that much longer. I don't know how long it's been, but that's what I'm getting. So hopefully you're single, and that makes sense to you and resonates. Oh, 44 people here, angels. So I hope that helps. Deja, how are you doing? So hey, anything for me today? Yeah. So stay the course is the first message that comes through, but you have an upshift coming is the second one that comes through. I feel like you're transmuting a lot of stuff right now, and like waking up to like how potent you can be. Like I do feel like that might be manifesting. You've been trying to manifest it all, but also just the impact you have, and that could be on people, in the situation around you. You are, they want to say, you know, for the highest good, you are a powerful being. You do have the ability to make wishes come true for yourself. So like, if you ever feel guided to do something or nudged by the universe in a specific direction or towards specific people, I would listen to that and pay attention and just kind of see where that guides you, because like the divine guidance is kicking in is what I'm hearing for you, where you won't feel so lost or hopefully you haven't been feeling hopeless, but what I'm hearing is like you won't feel so lost and hopeless going forward. Especially in your 20s, your intuition ramps up. I think I remember you saying you were 19 at one point. So in your 20s, your intuition ramps up more, and like you can be, it's like more free to do what you want to do, and you'll have a better idea of what you want to do, like outside of specific things you already want to do, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you. I think it's like, do you feel like life is bringing a lot of answers for you in like the months ahead, even? Like the next year, like 2021 through some of 2022. So just pay attention to like the truth and clarity that's coming in, and that'll make sense the more like life plays out. They're saying that color green is important for you for some reason, like Archangel Raphael, like emerald green. So pay attention to that. If like green starts popping out to you, that's a sign. I don't know why they're saying that, but that's what I'm getting for you, Deja. And definitely be yourself. And here's what they're saying: don't be afraid to flaunt what you can do. Don't be afraid to strut your stuff is what I'm getting. So for whatever you want to do. So I hope that makes sense, Deja. That's what I'm getting for you. That's just what they're saying. I'm just letting the words flow through. So hope that helps you. Miss Ace 1, I have unexplained nerve pain. Am I healing? I hear slowly. It's like, because my body pendulum goes no yes, so it's like yes, but it's not fast, if that makes sense. It might behoove you to seek a professional if you have not. They might be able to provide some answers and help that like common remedies might not have for you, and that's non-invasive is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing don't worry too much about it because it can be resolved, but hang in there in the meantime. There are doctors that can help you. I don't know if you've already seen someone, but that's just what I'm hearing, is like there's ways to soothe the pain without surgery, and I do feel like complete healing can be had is what I'm hearing. And feel free to look into Reiki as a resource, even if it's just free online, like Reiki videos, like Divine White Lights, I think is like a YouTube channel that has some pretty good stuff on there. And then on TikTok, there's like Divinia Wild Healing. She's probably one of the first energy workers in a while. They don't want me to say what I was about to say. But long story short, my guides actually had me stay on, like, for the first time one of her videos popped up, I was going to go scroll, and then my guides were like, no, and they moved my thumb out of the way and had me sit through the video. So that doesn't happen very much with energy workers online, just putting that out there. So she might be a good one to hang out with on TikTok and see if Reiki can help alleviate some of that discomfort and help speed up the healing process. And call upon Archangel Raphael as well to help guide you through that healing. So hopefully that helps, Miss Ace One. And just the legal disclaimer, I'm not a certified physician, nor am I supposed to be a replacement for one. So I am wishing you well on that adventure and healing that. I don't think adventure is the right word, but I'm wishing you well in that scenario. Thought T, can I ask my guides if moving to Seattle is the right move? They're like, it is, but like give it a little bit of time, if that makes sense. It's like, it's not a bad move. It's like there might be a better place for you, but that place, Seattle, is not a bad move. And you will meet the right people there is what I'm hearing. I don't know what that's about, but that's what they're saying. Just in general. I feel like any move is a good move almost to a certain degree. Don't go like ham on that. That's just like the general like synopsis that I'm hearing. So overall, yes is what I'm getting, but give it a little bit of space and time to make that decision is what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps and gives some clarity. It is a good move, they want to reiterate. It's a good move to do that. Regiana, is there anything my spirit guides want me to hear? Ooh, did you ask this different question earlier? Nope. Okay, yeah. So we got to you already on that one. Use binoculars. What kind of starseed am I? Am I from a different planet? My guides are saying that's a bit of a complicated topic. At the end of the day, everyone's from source, if that makes sense. And so I think I want to speak my truth, where it's like it can get a little overcomplicated the way certain people present it, where it's like, yes, I'm from this planet and that planet, and I am not from here. And it's like, yes, but there's a bit more to it that doesn't get explained properly, I think, where there's a lot of misconception about how that actually plays out, is what I'm hearing. So, what kind of starseed are you? Honestly, I would lean towards Arcturian if we're gonna get an answer. That's what I'm hearing, is like more Arcturian, maybe some Pleiadian in there. More Arcturian leaning is what I'm hearing. But again, I would take it with a slight grain of salt until you dive a little bit deeper and figure out explicitly like what does starseed mean to you. Does that make sense? Because there's a lot of different opinions flying around about that to me don't really resonate as true for me, because I do feel like it gets overcomplicated. I hope that makes sense to you. And I don't feel like I'm getting like I don't think I'm saying anything specific about that, except like I do want you guys to find your own truth on these things, and at the same time, like, don't get too lost in it that you miss the point. Does that make sense of like of it all? But if there's nothing wrong with doing that either. Let's see. Hi. Emmy Salazar, thanks for the rose, by the way. Bree, hey, how's it going? Good morning to you. Good to see ya. Tia 1207, messages for friendship, health, general. Friendship, the power of friendship. The first thing they want to say is, it's Be Divine. Thanks for the roses. For Tia, the first thing they want to say about the friendship is it's okay if people fall away. People do come and go, so it's like, don't get too caught up in like any one friend or situation, because things are in flux right now for you in a myriad of ways. It's like every situation is going to work out. I actually do feel like you'll have friends that you have for a long time this lifetime. That might be to come, because they're showing me the TBD, to be declared, like on a band poster when they don't have the artist for the opener yet. But it's like those people will come. I think there's still like, it's almost like there's some growing pains right now for you, perchance, where it's like things are a bit in flux and you're just like, what's happening and who am I and what's going on? So maybe not that explicit, but just kind of in general. But the right people are on the way in the future. Once things settle down for you, if this all resonates, what's coming through. Health. I'd say mental health is really important right now, is what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing, I don't know what's going on with the physical, but they're saying anything like on the physical will resolve itself. That's what I'm getting. Don't worry too much, but definitely rest and recuperate, and maybe drink a bit more water, or drink plenty of water. I don't know why they're saying don't drink the Kool-Aid, but if there's anyone feeding you weird ideas, don't drink the Kool-Aid. And it's not me, because I do ask to clarify that. I want to make sure I'm not doing anything weird, which I'm not, and I'm very confident I'm not, but at the same time I'm like, well, divine guidance, what do you say? So anyways, chat reset. Did we just lose all the questions? Yep, we did. So, okay, everyone, just make sure you're putting your questions in the Q&A, because otherwise they will get erased from chats for a long time. Oh, Future Echo. Guys, so, good to see you, Lisa. Lisa Hagenbach, Future Echo, fantastic. And if you Google Lisa Hagenbach, it's oh man, I have your card somewhere. H-A-G-U Hagen, U-N-B-A-C-H. If you get it close enough, it should show up. But Future Echo, Lisa Hagenbach, definitely my favorite astrologer and the best astrology readings I've gotten so far. So if you ever feel called to an astrology session, because I don't really do astrology readings, really, Lisa Hagenbach, by far, very highly recommended, for sure. But thanks for the shout out, Lisa, for sure. I appreciate it. So guys, just make sure you're asking your questions in chats, and I will do my best, because I'm flying moderatorless at the moment, because everyone's with their moms. But I'll do my best, and if I don't know if anyone wants to be a moderator, maybe not right now, but I'm just going to go through the Q&A and let's see what comes through here. And again, Q&A can be a little sporadic, so but good to see everyone here. Happy Mother's Day. I will get to as many as I can, but whoever I was answering the question for before the chat reset here, oh man, I know it's in here. Tia, here we go. Financial security. Oh, sorry. Yes, that was the one we didn't get to, because it was friendship and then money. Let's see. So money and financial security. That's inbound, but I am hearing you have to be patient on that one. Anything you can do to build a side hustle with something that resonates to you, even if it's just like an online store selling something that you like, that's like drop shipping or like an Amazon site, would be beneficial. Just something that allows you to expand your income while you're like waiting on any promotions or raises or anything like that, if that's something you're doing, if you're working. Just side hustle would be very beneficial for you, is what I'm hearing, Tia. So any passion projects, anything you've been like hesitant on, even if it's a podcast, you know, just like something to start like getting the ball rolling on, like just additional income outside of like a traditional work setting, is what I'm hearing would help you a lot. So that's what I'm getting for you, Tia. I hope that helps, and many blessings to you. All right, you don't have a job because of mental health. Okay, that's what I heard. So okay, that makes sense, because that's what I was getting, was like mental health would be the main focus. What I said was like, I would find, what they were saying was like, find something that brings you joy, even if it's crafts and Etsy, just something that you can handle and that doesn't put too much stress on you in the meantime. financial stability will come. I think like another thing they're saying is like, and I don't always, it's definitely a case-by-case basis, but what they're saying is like, if this is something that can be helped with medication and it's not a medication that has long-term detrimental side effects, etc., it's like, it's okay to be on medication. And like, this might not be the case for everyone, but I've definitely had readings I've done where people are like, hey, I'm on meds for anxiety. Is this like mess? And what always comes through is like, it's not hindering your connection to the divine. It's not hindering your intuition. It's actually okay. So of course that's case by case. I'm not going to guarantee you that's the case for everyone. That's just what I'm getting. For you, Tia, is something that came through is it's okay to be on meds if it helps you function. But of course, like, trust your gut. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified physician. That's just what's coming through right now. Anything else? But side projects and creativity would be huge. I do feel like you're a creative soul, so something on the side like that that's not overwhelming would be great, I think, for now. That's the advice that's coming through for now. So I hope that helps, Tia. Best of luck to you with that. So guys, welcome. Happy Mother's Day. It's good to see so many of you with me. I am flying moderatorless at the moment, so the lovely Stephanique will be back soon from her Mother's Day breakfast, and that'll happen. But I will just make sure to put your questions in the Q&A. I'll get through as many as I can. And let's see what I can do here. All right, sweet, that one. I'm just kind of going through the Q&A. Hasmeen asks, what's in store for the summer? Any advice? What's in store for the summer? I'm hearing growth, and I think that's rapid growth, and I think that's internal. It's kind of like external circumstances might force you to go within a bit. You'll still have fun, and you'll still have plenty of like restful, relaxing, like good summer, like fun days, if that makes sense. And like, I don't know if you play volleyball, but like I'm just hearing like the sound of like a ball, like volleyball punting, you know, off someone's arms or something. And you might not do that. That's just I just heard that sound. You are actually gonna have a good summer. I do feel like you're gonna feel like you're growing a lot, and even like stretching a bit. And it's almost like spirit or God source, the universe is stretching you to kind of come into your own just a little bit more, and even prosper. I don't know if you're looking to get a summer job or anything like that, but I do feel like prosperity is on the rise for you. That is financial. I'm not sure what that's going to look like or the specifics. I mean, I could try to download it, but I don't think that's the point. I would just take a look out for any financial opportunities. I do feel like in general you're on the right track. It's just kind of like what they want to say, like, as a question to ask to yourself for the summer is like, what would set you up best for the future, is what I'm hearing for you, Hasmeen. But just be prepared for growth, a bit of expansion, a bit of stretching, and I just feel like there's a lot of inbound people, is what I'm hearing too, and that's all sorts. Like, that's potentially good and like quote unquote bad, and just all sorts of people and like new places even. So just prepare for that, and like it'll be good though. I think you'll be happy about it. Anything else for you advice wise? I would definitely try to be yourself and allow that to attract in like what's meant for you, if that makes sense. I really feel like the more we become who we really are, the more that allows what's really for us to show up. Not that that's ever hindered, and it's not that what's meant for us will like really ever pass us by. If you're not sure how to do that, you could just set the intention with the universe. Like, universe, I ask to step into who and what I truly be. I ask to attract what's meant for me. Something like that. And it can be a bit of a prayer, but you can also set it as a direct intention right now, where you're stepping into that energy, where it's like, and I'll give you a quick example. So for myself, I'll just do it for myself, and you can do whatever works best for you. But I ask to be stepped into who and what I truly am, and attract what's truly meant for me. Thank you. And so, when I do energy work, I'll feel that like the cough has a lot to do with like energetic release or shifts that I feel, and I don't know if you're perceiving any difference in my energies, but I feel a lot different. So that's just another tool for you guys for that kind of thing. So I hope that helps, and I appreciate you asking the question. So we got that one. Oh, Midmegs, how are you doing? Am I on my best path? No, I feel lost. Yeah. You're not on your best path yet, but when you're not on your best path, you're... Let me see what they want to say. You're like on track to becoming on your best path, especially because you're asking this question and you're not just like, oh, well, you know, it's like, whatever, let's just go wherever. You're more like, I want to be on my best path. So it's like when you're not on your best path and you're recognizing like something's not right and you feel kind of lost in like a spiral or you're spinning in circles, or it's almost like the image I get is like almost in a movie where it's like you're in the middle of like a street or sidewalk and there's like traffic horns and like police sirens and like this car's going that way and this car's going that way and there's like 5 different directions you can go and you're kind of like, what is going on? That's just kind of like the image they give me for what's your situation is. Quick yes/no question. Yessie Holenbeck, sorry. Jesse, will me and my BF be okay is what she's asking. I get yes in the long term eventually. It's because my body pendulum went like, where did it go? It went no yes. So it's like yes, but give it a second is what I'm getting. Just a quick. All right, no pressure, Deja. See you back here. Oh, thanks, Deja. If you want to be a moderator, let me know. And be divine if you want to be a moderator, let me know. So back to the question: am I on my best path? I feel lost. Yeah. You're about to get on your best path, and like another tool is like ask for that. Universe, I ask to be brought to my best path. I don't care what you blow up. I don't care like what happens. I feel like you've had plenty of blow-ups though, is what I'm hearing. So maybe you'd love to. Okay, Deja, I'm gonna make you a moderator really quickly. Thank you so much. And you know what Stephanie and Kylie do. So thanks for being moderator number 4. Space Face is a moderator, but I don't see her much. So thank you, Deja, for jumping on. I'll trust you. So hopefully that, but no obligation again. The one thing I want to try and avoid with that is too many hands in the pot. Okay, so thanks again, Deja. So yeah, back to this. Sorry, Midmax. I keep getting interrupted by brief admin stuff. Am I on my best path? I feel lost. Again, they're saying you're about to be, and again, like another tool is ask. So just like I did that previous thing where I was like, I asked to be stepped into who and what I truly be and attract what's meant for me. You can do that too, but it's like, universe, I asked to be stepped on my best path in the highest and best ways. And you can ask for that to be with ease and grace too. So it's not just like, all right, hard left turn. And like, like you feel like you're like on a car turning on like a 90-degree angle with like the 2 wheels up is, you know, you can ask for it to be gentle, but ask for it for sure. I think like the universe is about to plop just a few things in your awareness in your lap where you start to just kind of go in the right direction naturally. So I feel like what they're saying, I don't know how long you felt lost, but what they're saying is you've been lost long enough, and it won't be for long before like there's like a new direction incoming, and like it's like sometimes you need to be lost to be open to what's next is what I'm hearing. So it's like it's okay sometimes to be lost because that's the universe being like, all right, now that you're kind of like free up and not really expecting much or too attached to this thing, we can just kind of move you this way because you're ready for the next life phase. So I do feel like you're ready for something new, and I do feel like with some patience, the brand new is about to happen, if that makes sense. So again, ask to be on your best path, ask to be the highest and best you can be, and ask that the best shows up for you because you deserve good things. And like, it's like even if you feel like you've been through hell, it's okay because it doesn't mean like your future is gonna follow suit. Especially if you've been doing any sort of inner work and cultivating your awareness through mindfulness meditation or whatever else that looks like for you, if that's learning Reiki or if that's just reading self-help books, it could be anything. I do feel like you're on the right track though, is what I'm hearing. It's just like it takes time to gain traction in the direction you've been feeling hopeful for, if that makes sense. What they're also saying is don't give up on who you are. So I hope that helps you, Mid-Megs. D5 real quick, yes, no question. My friend Laura passed recently. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Is she okay? Yes. Here's what I'm hearing is like she's like, I'm sorry I had to go so soon. Miss ya, and it's like almost like she blew a kiss. I don't know if that's something she would do, but that's just what I'm getting. But all is well on the other side is what comes through continually when passed on loved ones or someone I'm relaying messages to. And I don't want to channel her directly full on like I do my guides, and my guides are like, don't channel her. So so thank you, Laura. That's good. But she's all good, and it's like it's relaxing up there. Is like I guess the words they're saying for her, and she's saying all will be well for you too. But again, like grieve as much as you need to and take time for yourself. I'm sorry to hear for your loss though. All is well though. So thanks, Laura. That's enough. Does Laura no? So does Laura know? So I'm going to go back to the Q&A and get to the older questions really quickly. But these fast yes or no questions are fast. Will my mother's health improve? I get yes. I do feel like that's gradual. I do feel like she's going to make a pretty strong or good recovery in the end, though, is what I'm getting. So hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there, Desiloreino's mom. And potentially, I don't know if she's into this stuff or open to it, but if she is, potentially look into Reiki sessions too, to just kind of alleviate some of the stress of the situation and just kind of potentially help speed up the recovery. So I hope that helps. All right, gonna try to find some more older questions. So be sure you're putting your questions in the Q&A, guys. It's hard for me to answer chat just because it moves so quickly. So I'm gonna try and get to some of the older questions. Again, Q&A doesn't put my questions in order, unfortunately, but I do my best to I just trust that I answer the right questions at the right time, first of all, but I also do my best to answer them in order. MKLC369 asks, hey, good to see you, by the way. What do I need to be doing right now? I'm healing, but career-wise. Yeah, keep doing the healing. Career-wise, I would almost take your, unless it's a rush to find income, like I would take your time on finding like the right thing. And like they're saying, don't get too caught up in the ideas because there's a lot of them, is what I'm saying. So I would take a moment to like ground and like center and get in tune with your heart. I feel like you're good with that that kind of process. And once you're there, just kind of like, okay, what would be best for me? And like, what do I need in a career path or in a job right now? And like, what would set me up the best going forward for the future in a way I'd be happy with and fulfilled with? And I don't know. Here's a message. I don't know if this resonates for you, but I feel like you're on the right track with like career, like the ideas that you're kind of leaning towards. It's just like you kind of just need to pull the trigger on one or two of those. And they do want to say getting a job is a good idea if you don't have one, or if you do have one, like, just do you have a job? No, if you don't have a job, I would get one. I think that's a good idea for now, just to get the ball rolling, and then you can kind of branch off into whatever else you want to do. But they want to say income is important, so just to let you know. So what would be, as far as like what would match what you're here to do, or what would match what would be good for you right now? Any type of healing art would be great, like for others, if that makes sense. And that can look in so many different ways. That could be writing, that could be, be therapy. I don't know if being a therapist is the right move for you, in all honesty, but anything to do with healing is actually gold, but that looks so many different ways. Even if it's just like a receptionist at a hospital for whatever reason, like that would be okay, is what I'm hearing. So it's like anything to do around the healing fields. If you want a quick shortcut to like look for something, that's something you could definitely do. Of course, you're not limited to those options. That's just what I'm hearing right now. And it's okay to stay metaphysical about it too if you want to branch in that direction and be like more of a healing practitioner that way. I don't know if healing practitioner is anything that's called to you, but that's what I'm hearing right now. So I hope that helps. I want to see anything else. Definitely follow your heart, though. I think that's why they wanted me to do like the get in touch with your heart thing first, because I feel like you know what you want to do. It's just like, or at least you have a semblance of it. It's just like the how, and I would surrender the how and just take the first action step towards it that's conceivable. Does that make any sense? If that resonates and that's your situation. So hopefully that makes any sense to you and helps you out. Also, big thank you to Deja for moderating and just kind of jumping in to fill in for Kylie and Stephanique, who are doing Mother's Day things, which is totally cool. Weenie Linguini, I love that username. What's my spirit animal? I mean, you said deer, and there's more. We're gonna bring through more, but they started saying doe, oh deer, a female deer, but it was doe specifically, and I think that's just like it's like poise, grace, and running. So, what's the running about? It's like running in the right directions, I guess, and with grace and ease. It's like long strides. So it's like taking long strides towards what you need to do is what I'm hearing. So what else? I actually do get dragon for you. I guess specifically like Komodo dragon, which is funny. Both actually though. Yeah, like dragon's definitely a spirit animal. Like I know I definitely have a dragon like totem animal that's come through multiple readings for me. So, and I work with dragons a lot. Whole other story that I love to talk about. But that's there for you as like a spirit animal. I think that's like it's helping you with power and like power struggles and stepping like the concept of power, stepping into your power, yada yada, and like breathing fire into your life. Funny enough. Here's what I hear about the Komodo dragon. It says teaching you to be wise, so I don't know what that's about, but those are like the main 3 or 4 that I'm hearing. Anything else? They do want to say giraffe as well, and that's like it's like reaching high up places with ease and like grabbing the high fruit that life has to offer in particular circumstances without as much effort. That's what I'm getting for that. Sometimes never mind, they don't always say that. But for you and those animals, that's what I'm hearing. Hope that helps, Weenie Linguini. Many blessings to you. Guys, happy Mother's Day. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm not a mother, but be sure to send so I wanted to do like a Mother's Day blessing, but they're telling me to do that later. So at a certain point, we'll just we'll just take a second to each in our own way send a blessing to the moms in the world who are open and willing to receive them for the highest good. My name is Susan too. Okay, got it. Will I ever talk to Brandon again? I'm assuming that's not me. My first name is Brandon. My body pendulum does swing to no, but there's also saying keep an open mind. It's kind of like it's not like that's gone forever. It's just like it's like for a long while you might not hear from him. Is what I'm hearing. I'm sorry if that's not the answer you wanted to hear. That's what I'm getting. And above all, I want to bring through what's accurate, highest and best for me to bring through. So maybe not yeah, that's definitely one of my key things I go for and ask for. So I hope that helps you out. My name is Susan too. So many blessings to you. And may the highest and best new find you, for sure. Okay. Road Warrior Princess, sorry, I saw this and it's a quick yes/no question. No, not yet. I would give it a little bit of time. Try to keep building. It's not time yet, is what I'm hearing. It's like maybe in the summer to fall months. I would try to see how things are doing the next couple like weeks, is what I'm hearing. It's like I'm hearing things are going to be okay. That's what I'm getting for you. That's what I get. So I hope that helps you out. Deja, I got the Crystal Angels deck you recommended out of it. Oh, awesome! I'm glad to hear it. That's a good deck. That deck is so helpful and it's really helped me out. So I highly recommend it. Camaro to SS Girl. Big yes. Is my dad watching over my son and I is the question. Big yes. And he's sending lots of love is what I'm hearing too, because I just see like an older-ish gentleman with he just kind of has like a heart. He's putting his hands on a heart and sending lots of love. So I'm hearing. So yes, like avidly is what I'm hearing. So it's not just a little bit, because sometimes I just hear like, yeah, they're around, they're watching over it, they're just checking in, but he's around a lot in a good way. Don't worry about that is what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps, Camaro to SS Girl. Okay, gonna try to get back to the older questions, guys. I love you. I appreciate you being here. Q&A doesn't always present the questions in order, but I'll do my best. Will my anxiety and focus get better? Yes. Briefly and in spurts. think of it like like a monetary chart, like stonks. You know, what's that meme with the stonks and like the mannequin? So think of it like stonks, and exactly like stonks, because it's like it'll be up. So you're like so let's say the upward trend is like the alleviation and your focus getting better. It's like it's up, and then it's kind of like down, and it's like a sporadic, and then it's like up, but it's not an upward trend where it's like it's getting better slowly. And especially as you incorporate more like healing tools and practices into your daily regime, so this is meditation, and like physical exercise is like huge and helpful is what I'm hearing, like some form of yoga, stretching, just something that's grounding, getting outside and just getting your bare feet on the earth if you do that. And you might already do some of these things. This is just what I'm hearing. That'll help. But even things like Reiki, crystals, energy healing, things that just kind of like help you center, kind of shed things that aren't you, if that makes sense. Things that bring you back to you and away from like other people's problems and like other people's personal energies is what I'm hearing. Like that'll help. Here's what I'm hearing. The more tools you have in your toolkit, the better. And that's energy work, that's mindfulness meditation, that's breathing exercises, that could be like, there's a modality called Access Consciousness. I don't think my guides are recommending that one. They're like, no, maybe not that one. But the general gist is like the more tools you have to combat the anxiety, and I don't know if combat's the right word, but that's what they said. The more easier it'll be to alleviate it, because it's like, oh, is this working? No. Is this working? Yes. Okay. Is this working? No. Is this tool working? No. Is this tool working? Yes, kind of. Okay, well that's better. So that's what I'm getting for you, Bella. I hope that answered the question. Mini DVM 73. I'm getting the urge to go crystal shopping. Do it. Get some selenites. Spread the crystal love. I got this huge crystal yesterday. And it was funny because I went to brief story time. I went to a crystal shop, and like, there was this huge crystal, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I'm gonna drop so much money on this. And she's like, well, come back Mother's Day weekend, it might be on sale. And so she was like, just call me ahead of time. And I called, and it was on sale. So I went in to get it. And then, and I think she was on here. There's this astrologer I really like, around where I live. Lisa Hagenbach's her name, with the Future Echo. Highly recommended if you want an astrology reading. And so I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you did readings out of this place. And so I booked a reading without even thinking about it. And she came up to me before the reading, because she checked out my chart. She's like, do you know what day it is today? This is yesterday. I'm like, no. She's like, it's your Saturn returns today. Oh, you're here. Awesome. Lisa's here. Yeah, Future Echo. Yeah, and you could probably I don't know if you could follow her on TikTok and DM her for a reading if you want one. Great astrologer, my favorite astrologer, hands down. Intuitive. She really gets the job done, and brings you the information you need to hear for that reading. And I definitely, the readings I've done with her have been very helpful, and I've impactful. I've remembered them, especially I've only had two really, but I remember the first one. It's been like years, and I still remember a lot of the information, and it's been helpful. So just giving her a shout out. Oh, thank you, Future Echo. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Yugen Gurt, is Kayla significant to my life path? Not particularly, but that doesn't mean don't enjoy that relationship, if that makes sense. Yugen Gurt, sorry, I just saw that quick yes no. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. But I got that reading with the Saturn's return thing, and then I ended up getting this huge crystal. It's this huge, like, smoky quartz crystal with rainbows. I'm like, oh my God, and I put it on this table. Then I went to my bedroom, and I looked at my dresser, and I call it my magic dresser, because I have, like, crystals and, like, archangel statues and stuff on there, and, like, the Reiki box, etc. And I saw a small smoky quartz point that another, like, practitioner that I gravitate towards, Anna Anthony, Anna Synergy Healing on Facebook. I know I shout her out, too, because she's awesome. And it was like a baby version of the giant smoky quartz crystal. It was like bizarre. Like it had like certain like points in the exact same spots towards the back, and like the rainbows and like some of the same spots. I'm like, I just like bought the bigger, like the 10 times version of this baby smoky quartz that this other practitioner that like gave me like a year ago. It was so bizarre. But sorry, crystal story. The crystal story made me want to like tell that. I'm still like, I'm still like want to dive into that. I'm like, what? It's like coming full circle. It's like an upgrade. I don't even know. It's like going up a spiral and you end up on the same point but higher. Kind of. I don't even know what happened. It was like a weird Saturn's return like bonanza yesterday. Anyways, back to the Q&A. I know I kind of went. I don't always like to talk about myself too much during Q&A because you guys have questions, and I'm here to answer the questions. And I love you guys. Bree. Okay. Love or career guidance, I feel stuck. You won't be for long. Oh my god. So here, they said something that was very obvious, but they're like, sometimes the stuckness is like there to help you to realize what you need to do to get unstuck. Well, yeah, but I think it's like that'll help you in the future as well if you ever feel stuck going forward. Now's a really good time to cultivate your intuition because that's going to guide you better than like what I'm hearing is like any outside force. Excluding really good readers is what I'm hearing. They just don't want me to discount really good readers and helping you as like a resource for you. And it doesn't have to be me. Just to let you know, it does not have to be me. Going down. Yeah, so love, I feel like that'll resolve itself soon. I think like what I'm hearing is like you're gonna have a few options to distract you from old loves, if that makes sense. And the new is inbound in both areas. I feel like career, you feel stuck because you're not supposed to stay where you are. I don't know if like I do feel like you're supposed to move on from your current situation. Like a new company, if you have a job, I would like potentially look into a new company, just something that better suits you and like your style is what I'm hearing, and like just how you operate and like function as an individual. I do actually hear you're meant to do big things, Bree, but what is that? I think that's like but I hear that's in your personal life. It's like I feel like that's transformational work, and like it's like reimagining you. And like now's a really good time to get in touch with yourself because it's like the more in tune you get with yourself, the less stuck you will feel, is what I'm getting. I do feel like you're gonna get unstuck pretty quickly here, in like the months ahead, and like it's like 2022, you'll be riding and flying high. I know that sounds like a long time, but you'll be unstuck before then. I'm just to give you a time frame of like, oh yeah, I'm like good, like new love, new job potentially, things are better, things are lighter. It's like the years ahead are just gonna get brighter for you, for pretty much everyone, is what I'm hearing too. But so that's what I'm getting. What as a side note, or perhaps not side note, but as a more of a finishing note, be sure to be true to you. Like I think that's in love and romance in particular. Like go with someone who really like gets you and knows your style, is what I'm getting. I don't know why style is the word that's coming through for you for these things, but someone who can ride with you and like kind of go with the flow and not get too caught up in their head with you, is what I'm getting. Because you do deserve a good love, but the more self-healing you can do following past circumstances, the better, is also what I'm getting. And in a sense, that's automatic because the universe is like leading you through that, and it's almost like back and forth, where it's like hitting those like points until they smooth out. It's like the pain points and those back and forth. This is what they're showing me. I don't know if this makes most sense to you, but it's like once those smooths out, things are just going to slingshot forward. So self-healing, getting in touch with yourself, honing in on your intuition, getting heart-centered are all going to be beneficial for you. And if you're not sure how to do those things, just universe, please bring me to those things, step me into those things, bring me the right people to get me to those places with the highest and best understandings that I can have for them. Thank you. And you know, like I don't know, as far as honing your gifts, like they want me to mention, I do have my book as a resource, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Speaking with Source. It's like $10 on Amazon, and I'm not making like buku money off of it. And you don't have to buy this, it's just if you feel called. And it's the second link in the link tree in my bio. So if you're trying to develop your gifts or channeling, this is here as a resource for you. There's plenty of other amazing books as well, and amazing other teachers. And you know what? If you want to learn how to channel, for anyone else out there listening whose interest was piqued, Lee Harris it's like a $32 course, LeeHarrisEnergy.com, no affiliation, and I don't know him personally, but how to channel and why. That's not how I learned to channel, but I was already channeling, and like I think it just like popped up, and I went through it anyways. And he just had some good things to say, and I like to throw that out there as a resource for anyone who's learning to channel. So I think he has a pretty good take on it. That's it's as it should be, is not fear-based like some of the other stuff out there. That's what I want to say. Hope that helps. I don't think my guides really loved that last sentence description I said, but I did my best to bring that through. So, okay, back to the questions. There were a couple people who wanted me to unmute them, and I am so sorry, guys. I did not remember your name, so if you are here, I greatly apologize. I haven't found a way to do that outside of live. I don't want to take up too much time here, but definitely shoot me a DM and remind me if you were muted and want to be unmuted. I will do my best to get you unmuted here in some of these next lives. All right, so back to the Q&A. So you know what? So anyone who feels inclined to do this, so only for the highest good, I would love to just everyone take a quick moment and say a quick blessing or prayer for the moms out there. That would be for the highest good to be blessed or have a prayer said for them. And it could just be as simple as like, universe, source, God, angels of the highest light here for the highest good, whoever your semblance of higher power is, or whatever your word, for the highest good and only for the highest good, for the mothers who need it, who are open and willing to receive it, should it be in their highest good, please bless them, bring them all they need, and bring them something special for this Mother's Day. And it could even just be this next week for their Mother's Day. Even if, whether or not they're in contact with their kids, or no matter their circumstances, may they be blessed in the highest and best ways for them. And they may receive any healing they need. Something like that. But thank you, universe, for bringing that about for any mothers for whom that would be for the highest good. Should it be in their highest good? Should they be willing and open to receiving that? Thank you. So I just wanted to take a quick second to do a quick Mother's Day blessing, and anyone who feels called to do their own thing as well for that. Doggy PP 2003, will I be in a relationship soon? I do get yes. Christian Cole says, thank you, Brandon. You're welcome. Aw, be divine. I was blessed. My children are such sweet little souls. Aw, I'm glad to hear it. You deserve good kids, and I'm hearing you're a good mother. And that does not mean anyone else here is not a good mother. That's just the message for Be Divine. Yeah, for sure. Minnie, thank you. You are welcome. Okay, yeah. So to give another shout out to Lisa Hagenbach really quickly. Lisa, Hagenbuch. She does astrology. My favorite astrologist. So Lisa at futureecho.org is futureecho.org is her email. Phone number is here in the comments here if you want to reach out to her. But fantastic astrologer. Oh, you're welcome for the Mother's Day blessing, Ikara. Coming out to SS Girl, will my son get a scholarship for college? I do get yes. It might not be as big as you wanted to, because I do get smaller, but definitely, I would definitely just set your intentions out for the universe for a big scholarship and see what shows up too, and definitely pray for that. Donkey BP 2003. Sorry to get distracted here. Will I be in a relationship soon? I get yes. I do want to say be patient. It's like it's not right away. It's not right away. It's soon though. I think it's like it's coming, and maybe it's felt like a long while coming. But be patient because it will be here, and I do feel like you'll like it. I feel like you'll have a pretty good person coming in for you. So I hope that helps you, Donkey PP 2003. Many blessings. So Sparkles, will I find love or my soulmate soon? Yes. The first one, love. I feel like it'll be pretty passionate. I feel like it'll be a lot of sparks and fireworks initially, for sure. But additional advice is let it play out and don't force things, is what I'm hearing. It's like, don't worry too much and let it flow. Don't get caught up in your head. And like, you know what? If you have to use EFT tapping to get over certain like hangups you might have about certain like aspects of relationships, emofree.com is like this whole free thing on like no affiliation. This whole free like guide on like EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, and that's just, it uses acupressure along with certain like if you look up emofree.com, there's just a whole tutorial on it. So if you need help getting through any hangups, that's just kind of like one of the tools I'm getting might help you. So hopefully that helps you out there. Guys, just a quick reminder, I wouldn't try not to spam the Q&A, and if you're in chat, I don't always see chat because I'm scrolling through Q&A here. So I will do my best to get to everyone here. It does take a second to sort through Q&A, and unfortunately TikTok doesn't put it in order, but I do my best to do what I can to kind of read the older questions first. Mia Andres 14526 asks, what is in store for me financially? At Kyra 381, you're a gift to the universe. Thank you for your life. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. I feel like you have a surprise coming, because what's that song where it's like, you've got another thing coming? I did not sing that right. What's the melody? It's like, you've got another thing coming, something like that. And that's not bad or ominous. That's just like, I do feel like you have a surprise. It's like a gift or like a new option for finances, if that makes sense, coming in. That's what I'm hearing. I would definitely be open to new opportunities. And I would look at the long-term game plan right now too, not just like does this pay more right away? It's like, what's the future potential of this opportunity as well? I do feel like if you're struggling right now with like finances, I do feel like the universe is naturally going to bring you to something better. So don't overly get in your head about it, because they keep saying something about a numbers game. What does that mean for you? Just make sure whatever you're taking pays enough. I guess is kind of what they're saying. But and like if you're trying to get interviews, like pay attention to the details and like anything. Pay attention to the details and like what they're saying during the interviews, because like some certain things might like clue you off to like, is this a position I want? And I don't know, it's like something about if they seem hectic or like overly ambitious in filling the role. That's like the words I'm hearing. It's like, be cautious of anyone who's like too eager to hire you. Does that make sense? I don't know why that's coming through. And if you're looking for a job, that's what's coming through. What's going on? Okay, next question. Helen Padilla 05 asked, do you see an improvement in my health this year? I do get yes. I do feel like it's slow to come. But anything you can do to keep helping yourself, like do it on like every level. That's energetic. That's like even like emotional. That's like physical. Like what, I don't know what exactly area. Well, I mean, I could ask. Okay. Yeah. It's like, even if it's like just physical or like one area specifically, just try to hit every angle of it where it's like, okay, what emotion could I heal around this? Like what mental block could I heal around this? Like what can I do energetically to help me with this? Like, just try to hit it from every angle is what I'm getting. Again, I'm not a certified physician, nor am I a replacement one. Just a legal disclaimer there. I hope that helps you out. Deja, thanks so much for moderating. I hope you're having a good day. And again, no obligation to stick around. Just do what you can here. Okay, so getting back to the older questions. So, okay, Willow Child, this is an interesting question. Are my guides and angels spiritually blocked? So no, this might not be, I know like the Q&A is kind of limited in like word count that's allowed. So it's like your guides, and so the way it's worded, so the question is, are my guides and angels spiritually blocked? I don't feel like that's exactly how you, and I'll hit this from a couple angles. Your guides and angels are angels. Your guides and angels are never actually blocked. No etheric being, especially of the highest light for the highest good ever really like is blocked per se spiritually. Are you blocked from hearing them or interacting with them? No, not even a little bit. I guess like what they want to say in addition is like, sometimes it takes a bit to maintain and strengthen that connection, if that's like what you're talking about, where like you can hear from them and like talk to them. I do feel like you're on the right track, but like patience is key, and like you do have to find the right avenues that are like best for you in that like respect and like communicating with the divine and like receiving answers, etc. But I do feel like you'll be able to hear them. And I feel like you have before, so hopefully this is resonating and making sense to you what I'm saying. But I do feel like you will get there where you hear them, but they're not blocked. You can also ask for reassurance and signs from the universe too, in addition to what I brought through. So I hope that helps, Will Child, and answers your question. Okay, right on, Deja. Sounds good. So I am not opposed to the message that Jesus loves you, and at the same time, I'm a little wary of the agenda behind it when people start spamming that. But you know what? I'm wishing the best love to you. I am nothing 033. You're welcome, Will Child. I hope that helped. Good morning, Yida. How you doing? Good to talk to you. Good to see you. Adi Lang, what do you think of Desert Rose? Are you talking about the crystal Desert Rose? Because otherwise, I might not answer this properly. Akashic Records. I do feel like Akashic Records are... I was just like, Akashic Records are cool. Like, well, yeah. If you ever feel called to get an Akashic Records reading, I would. If you get a good reader, they can be very helpful. Because the people who do those readings tend to be very intuitive, especially if you get a good one. It's like it's worth getting a reading if you want one. It's like it's not the angle I tend to come from when the way I do what I do, if that makes sense. It's like I guess what I'm hearing is like I can, but it's just like it's like not my framework, if that makes sense. If Desert Rose is something besides the crystal, I apologize. Hana 950. So Akashic Records, you might have to Google it. Hana 950. Akashic Records are like... Here's what I'm hearing. It's a framework where you access divine information, but Akashic Records are, from my understanding, I hope not to botch this, but here's my understanding. It's almost like a library of like human consciousness, and like for instance, you could see like, okay, you can go to the Akashic Records and see what my soul plan for this lifetime is, if that makes sense. And you could be like, okay, I can go to the Akashic Records and like if there's certain soul, it's more of like a soul contract, which again, like it's not totally my framework, because like, do I really feel like souls are up there before they incarnate writing contracts out? It's like, no, that's like a human way to understand certain concepts that are spiritual and like perhaps a bit difficult to understand cognitively, if that makes sense. It's like a way to put it in a human format where the human mind can conceptualize things. And that's why I have a little bit of struggle with those concepts, because I think people take them too literally. That's my truth on the situation. But a lot of Akashic Record readers that I've gotten readings from have been really good, and are definitely worthwhile, because they can just tell you things about your lifetime, things about you and your soul, and like where you've been, what your soul plan is, what your mission is, stuff like that, and like just to past lifetimes and stuff. That's kind of what Akashic Records is. I hope that makes any sense. It's almost like a library of human history. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. And again, take that a little bit with I don't know, I don't want to say a grain of salt, but I'm not an Akashic Records reader, so like I get a little bit like, why are you talking, like if someone talks about channeling who doesn't channel, I'm like, why are you talking about what a channeler is if you don't channel? So like take that with like I channeled through a lot of information, what I said, but definitely look into it for yourself and see what feels right to you and your intuition if you look into Akashic Records readings. Someone says history of the universe, dude. Yeah, see, like, Akashic Records, it's like, to me, it's like when as a channeler, my understanding is, like, you're accessing source, infinite highest wisdom, infinite highest intelligence, like, so you can just bring through any information from source at any time, because source is everything and knows everything. And so that's where I'm like, well, why would I learn the Akashic Records? But it's just another way to access that information. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that's my understanding and what I would say. So I know that some Akashic Record readers and people who studied that thing might disagree with some of what I said, but that's me saying that. Okay, back to the Q&A. Sai Ray asks, what healing abilities do I have? Jasmine77 asked, should I give Cole a chance? My body pension went to no. I would potentially move on, just as a quick yes/no answer. What healing abilities do I have? Sai Ray asks. What I hear is, like, you're really good with mental stuff, if that makes sense, and, like, putting people at ease. You are claircognizant, as in you have like a deep knowing or innate knowing about situations that, like, surfaces from time to time, is what I'm hearing, where you just, like, know things about people and know just what to say and know how to put people at ease, if that makes sense. I feel like you have a very relaxing presence, which might be unbeknownst to you, if that makes sense, because I feel like you're still kind of figuring some of this stuff out about yourself. I would pay attention to your intuitive hits, is what I'm getting, where it's like, what are you intuitive feeling? What are you intuitively getting? Because that's going to ramp up a bit over, like, the years, especially. And that's important for healing work as well, I feel. Anything else? I do get that you're a natural healer. I think it's like that can play out in so many different ways. And, like, your gifts can, like, expand and, like, grow and, like, move in new directions, if that makes sense, and branch out. So it's like there's a bit of, like, ebb and flow to that, is what I'm getting, where it's like you might not do just one thing or have one gift, if that makes sense. So natural healer. Energy healing, if you don't already do that, would be, like, something that would help you, like, uncover that, and I feel like that might be something you'd be passionate about if you got into it, which is like Reiki. But don't be afraid to, like, branch into other modalities too, because I feel like there's more for you than just Reiki per se. But if you want to be a healer, you're going to be a good healer, is what I'm getting. And, like, intuitive healer is what I'm getting, where it's like intuitive healers might be, like, as an example, Anna Anthony, the woman I shout out pretty frequently. She's more of an intuitive healer, which is like, yeah, she incorporates Reiki into what she does, but she'll also bring in, like, a shamanic drum, and she'll also bring in, like, essential oils and, like, sage and, like, bells and, like, you know, sound healing. So it's like, it's just, like, multifaceted. Like, it's intuitively, what does this person on the table here need that I can do? And you just have this whole toolkit, and you just incorporate whatever from whatever modality you're called to do. That's kind of more like your angle, I would feel, as if you moved into this work. That's what that's what I'm getting for you. Hope that helps, Asire. Next question, please. So many blessings to you guys that are here, by the way. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you, and many blessings to you, to the mothers here, for sure, to all your guys' mothers. Should it be for the highest good, only for the highest good, and should they be open and willing to receive those blessings. Mothers do play an important role, and I know not everyone feels like they had a good one, but it's in a very important role, especially if it's done well, is what I get. So, lovely Xanias, does say love me. Body pendulum goes yes. They're saying it's, like, on the edge, where it's like not as intense as you'd want, is what I'm hearing, but it's like, it's there. I want to say it's growing. I don't know the exact situation, but that's what I'm hearing. So just, I would take that as it resonates. I hope that makes sense for whoever you were speaking about there. Morning, will R and I become friends again? That's from Cringy Courtney. I get yes, and thanks Be Divine for the roses. And quick yes, no answers, guys, are very quick for me to answer. But I got yes for you and R there, Cringy Courtney. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, we answered that one. Animate yourself. The answer to this question, so you asked, is there a specific time I should apply for a job? I get no. It's just pretty much like any time. Now is a good time, is what I'm hearing as well. So whatever would feel right to you, I guess, as long as you're doing okay on cash. You're welcome, Cringy Courtney. So that's what I get for you, Animate Yourself. All right. Camaro 2SS girl. Yes, with some effort. You asked if will you reach your weight loss goal, not mine. I don't really have a weight loss goal at the moment. I feel like I'm doing all right, but so you probably don't want to hit my weight loss goal. You probably want to hit yours. Will you reach your weight loss goal? Yes, with some effort. Yoga is a great tool. You probably already know what you're doing to do that, but yoga is a great tool, and just don't starve yourself to get there, is what I'm hearing. Hope that helps. Okay, we got that one. It's me. B word. I don't think I can swear on TikTok Live. That's why I'm gonna be really awkward and say like non-sweary things, and it'll be really fun. And I'll just sound like that. So okay, for you, it's me, B. Will my relationship with Zach be okay? Body pendulum does swing to no. They do say, I don't know the situation. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I could know a bit more, but just to answer with what's coming through, it's okay to move on is what they're saying. I don't know the particulars of the situation, but they're like, don't get too messed up over it. It's like all things do come to an end, is what I'm hearing. So I don't know the specifics. That's what I'm getting. I don't feel like that's an answer that helps per se, but I hope that helps, or at least bring some clarity to the situation. They just want to like reiterate it's okay to move on. So I'm sorry to hear if that's just a situation you really wanted to work out and it's not working out. I know that's not usually what you want to hear when you ask that question. NGO1, anything from my mom on Mother's Day? I'm guessing your mom's passed on, and that's why you're asking. And hopefully you're not asking like anything for your mom on Mother's Day, and I'm like, oh yeah. I don't think that's it though. I think I saw you ask that question before. But here's what I'm hearing for you, NGO. And it's stay the course, and don't move too fast. I think it's like enjoy life, like celebrate the moments, and like really live your best life. Like don't get caught up on other people's opinions of you and like who other people say you are when you know in your heart who you are. And like they're also saying don't be afraid to go within when things get tough too, and really figure out like what's true for you. I think you have a lot of grit available to you. When anything like feels not right or is just like hard or tough is what I'm hearing. But stay the course in life is really what I'm hearing. And that did sound more like it was from a passed on loved one. Like the energy feels more like it's from a person or a spirit more so than like, you know, the angels. So that's what I am hearing. I hope that yeah. So hopefully that makes sense for you in your situation there. And that was for NGO1. Sorry if that. I hope that resonates, and I'm sorry if it did not. Deja, I think you can change your question, right? Can you not change your questions? Look up, there we are. Hey, good to see you, first of all. Yeah, sometimes in the Q&A, the questions do pop up, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes I like open it, and it's like half of them are like not there, and then I open it again. It's like all the questions ever are there. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, I apologize about that. I'm trying to think of a different way to do this where it's consistent with the questions. We're doing this next. Gremlin Baby asks, do you have any advice on my situation with Colin? Here's what I'm hearing. Like, let it go for a time. Like, don't get too attached right now. Like, what's going on with Colin? I feel like he's a little afraid, actually. I do feel like he's afraid to lose people, kind of in general. I would give him a little bit of space. I don't know the exact relationship. I'm guessing it's romantic. But feel free to correct me if I'm just way off on this one. So I would do your best to let it go and let it play out. I wouldn't try to chase or like force him into anything or into any agreements or like promises at this time. I would just give a little space and grace, I guess, and like pray for the both of you for the highest and best outcomes for all involved. You know, if you're gonna pray to the universe or divine guidance on it. I do hear all will be well. It might be an unexpected outcome from what I'm hearing. Very unexpected. I do feel like it will resolve, but I would be very patient with that person is what I'm hearing. There's a lot going on in their head and like their hearts. Just a lot of turmoil and like stress right now, like in and around them. So I would be patient as they sort things through. I don't know if that helps you. So I don't know. I don't always. I haven't been pulling cards as much this life, but deep blue dragon keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Cool. Trust that you are protected. Walk on a path of light. I think it's like the path is clearing for better ahead is what I'm hearing. I definitely take that as it resonates because it's like anything that's not serving your highest good is going to fall away, and you can trust that at this time. It's like it's okay to let go of what falls away. It's okay to grieve that and feel what you're feeling too, but that's what I'm getting. I hope that helps and resonates and makes sense. Lace Metco, will I get a psychic upgrade soon? Yeah, that's inbound is what I'm hearing. Okay. Derek 5890, what's my path in life? I feel lost. So the first thing that they're saying is go within, and like if you don't meditate, I would start meditating, because the path is within is what I'm hearing. It's like there's a lot that will resolve that if you go within. There's a lot of clarity within you that you haven't found yet is what I'm hearing, and it's like a lot of the external circumstances resolve once you realize who you are. You know, trust me, I've had circumstances in my life where like I was forced to go within and be like, oh, like it just the external just like burned, if that makes sense. It was just like, oh, it was all just like, this is not quite where I want to be or what I want to be doing. But it's like, I guess at those circumstances, I'm not saying that's exactly where you're at. I'm just saying like in those circumstances for me, the path was within, if that makes sense, because I had to go within and be like, oh my gosh, like, who am I? What's going on? What am I doing? Like, what's true for me? What's my intuition telling me? Stuff like that, if that makes sense. You won't feel lost forever. And like sometimes like it's okay to feel lost because it's like you're never truly lost. You're always home because source is everything. Like source is home, source is everything. And like a truth that's been shown to be by my guides is and they might go full channel mode here. And so hopefully this helps you, Derek, and everyone else watching. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon if it is the afternoon for you. What we want to talk about is the path, if that makes sense. For, in essence, all of you are source, and source is you, for source is everything. You are incarnate, yes, but your soul is both here and outside of time, as souls operate outside of time, mostly. Souls are also home with source. You are never, ever separate from source, and as such, you are always home, and you are never truly lost on a soul level. Even when you are lost, you are experiencing exactly what you are meant to be experiencing. You are
are experiencing a lost feeling, as that is simply an experience you are having through the amnesia of feeling separate from Source. But as you go within, you realize your interconnectedness with other beings, with yourself, with your soul, and as you allow your soul to speak to you through practices such as meditation or through journaling, even if it seems like it is a thought in your mind, it is not always so. If you feel like it is just a feeling, or you wake up with a knowing after a dream, oftentimes it is your guides, your soul, Source itself, which is you and your life, speaking to you on a direction to go. A lot of times lost sessions, if you want to call them, are series in your lives where you are forced to go within and find out who you are so that you can go down a better trajectory for yourself in the future, if that makes sense. You are not supposed to be mindlessly slaving away at a 9-to-5. You are not supposed to be stuck in the relationship that was happy at first, but now you are just bored and going through the motions. You are not supposed to be stuck doing the same thing over and over and over again, for there are so many multidimensional aspects of you, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, that need to be stimulated and activated. So the lost periods are meant to for you to reconnect and discover who you are at a soul level, and allow that to work through you more fully. And sometimes lost periods are simply to allow you to open up to the new that the universe wants to bring you to. For when you are lost, you are more open to a new path, whereas before you might have been attached to a certain outcome or trajectory, if that makes sense. For we would say you are on the right track, those of you who feel lost, for you are right where you are meant to be feeling lost. Feeling lost is simply an experience, and what are you but the experiencer of this experience? You are already all of it. You are never truly lost at a soul level. We hope this message finds you well, and we hope this energetic transmission kickstarts the realizations needed to get you forward moving on your path with more soul flame alight within you. So many blessings to you on this blessed Mother's Day, and may the new be birthed by the universe, by all of you creators, in the highest and best of ways. Signing off. So I don't know if that answered your physical answer as a question of what is my life path, but you're always on it. You're always on it, and if you want more of who you are and what your purpose is, creating actually, because I know they did say creators, but creating actually. You're welcome, Mini VDM, and thank you so much. Oh, thank you guys for the compliments. I appreciate it. So Elizabeth 94, exactly what I needed to hear. Perfect. I'm glad. So creating is important for you, and that could look in so many different ways. It does not have to be like building a building. It does not have to be like painting a painting. It's like you can create a community on Instagram. You could create a party by you're just I want this amazing love-filled party, and I want these decorations here, and I'm gonna cook this, and it's gonna be this amazing feast, and you're creating this experience of the party for people. Does that make sense? So creating is in essence something you're here to do. I almost feel like if we're gonna go by archetypes, you're almost like an architect where you design things. That could be designing experiences, and again, that's very multifaceted, like I just described, where it's not necessarily I am an interior designer, haha. It's you could be designing an album and songwriting, if that makes sense. You're just that's just what I hear as an aspect of your purpose. It's not the whole picture. It's just an element to what makes up who you are and what you're here to do. I hear you're a very loving individual, so the more you can infuse love into what you do as well, or gravitate towards things that have an essence of love, the better. So the more you infuse love into your daily ritual, the better too. That's what I'm hearing for you, Derek. I hope that helps. I hope that helps you. Hope that does anything for you. Alright, we answered that. Guys, I love you so much. Please do your best not to spam the Q&A. It does kind of make it a bit difficult to sort through it. Do your best. Try to. You can answer if you misphrase your question, go ahead and yes, go ahead and ask it again, and you're sorry, I misphrased, something like that. That's totally cool. I'm just kind of in general, just try not to ask the same question over and over again. Addie Lange, do you feel my change? Am I on the right path? Yeah, you're on the right path. I think I feel big internal shift is what I'm hearing, and that's going to show up pretty soon in the outside world if it hasn't already. I feel like it started to a bit where it's just kind of like it's almost like you shift and then it's like the outside world is like and it's just kind of like all like ripples and it's like a different color all of a sudden. It's like it was like winter and it's just like boom, spring. It's hard to explain the visual I got in a way that's like really makes sense through words, but I did my best. Oh, trailing, no worries. Yeah, guys, don't freak out if you ask like the same question a couple times. It's okay. just in general, just to let you know. But in general, yes, you're on the right path, Eddie Lynch, if that helps. J Perry 904. Sorry, I just saw this. It's a quick answer. You are asking, will my relationship with my daughter heal soon? Yes, but I do feel like it's gradual, it's slow, and there's some bumps in the road, and like I do feel like you guys butt heads is what I'm seeing. It's like it's not quite the easiest relationship, but like I know you care for her deeply, and she does love you. It's just like sometimes it takes time for people to mature enough where it's like an easier relationship, and your daughter will get there, and I think like you'll realize what you can do to make it easier for the both of you as well, like ahead, if that makes sense. So yes, I don't know, I know I'm hearing it's just not the greatest. It will heal, give it time, and take some time to do some of your own, if you don't already, do some of your own inner healing work, and just like in the meantime, and just to kind of prepare. I feel like it's not your fault is what I'm hearing, but it's like sometimes the more we can do that work, the more it opens the door for others to come meet us, if that makes sense, in a more healed capacity themselves. Does that make any sense? That's what I'm hearing. Nish Kallenpather, is it a good time to sell my house or should I wait? I would wait, is what I'm hearing. Be Divine, yeah, thank you. I know, like, I try to do it in order, but sometimes a question pops up on the chat and I get the answer. I'm like, well, yeah, does that make sense? Like, I just answer it really quickly. So back to the Q&A, back to the older questions. Okay. CJ Angelina asks, graduated college 12/20 and still no job. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. I feel like things will open up and lighten up a bit as COVID kind of releases is the word I heard, but like lifts, that stuff is like gone more. It's like the job front is like kind of expanding and changing right now, but they're saying you will have one, not to worry, in the year ahead. I want to say that sooner rather than later. Just definitely keep searching. Weird message. You're like, don't take no for an answer. Of course, follow your gut on that one. I wouldn't like literally just like always at all times not take no as an answer. It's more just like there's something that seems promising, like follow up. Definitely make sure you're like doing your research and like homework before you apply. Definitely make sure you're reaching out to potentially multiple individuals in the company and like in a kind and like caring, cool way. Maybe not like a hey, hire me. You know, not that you do that. I don't feel like you do that. I'm just like I know that's very standard advice. That's just what I'm hearing. It's just like just a reminder. Just like follow up a bit more than usual. It's like it can be a little bit difficult with COVID, is what I'm hearing. But like you'll get the right place, and I feel like you'll get a good one too. I feel like you'll get quite the catch. So that's what I'm getting. I hope that helps you. Sloth Mercy, is Jay my divine counterpart? I do get no, but they might be an important individual for you, is what I'm hearing. I would stay the course with that relationship, whatever's going on there. Yeah, guys, just so you know, the Q&A or the chat really disappears quickly. So Q&A is definitely the best place to get a question across because it shows up in the chat and it's saved in the Q&A. Even though Q&A can be a little crazy, I do my best. I wonder if there's a way to sort it. I'm going to try really quickly. Nope, I can turn it off, but that won't help anyone. Hazel and Juju, will I meet someone soon? Where and when? Yeah, I think it's like, stay open to it. And I would be open to new things and people like potentially outside of your comfort zone. Not people, but things outside of your comfort zone. Definitely try online dating. Bumble is jumping out at me as like the safest bet. where you can just reach out to who you feel called to, and it's not as much of like slogging through like Tinder matches, if that makes sense. I do feel like they're just like, there's a lot of options for meeting people. Just get out there. So I would do online dating with Bumble. I'd like give some more flirty looks around at the grocery store, if that makes sense. Just put yourself in positions for men to come talk to you, if that makes sense. Even if it's like, I don't know, I think yoga tends to be more female dominated. Is that still the case, guys? Mostly. I think it's kind of, there's still more of a woman to man, like a higher woman to man ratio potentially in yoga, but they were saying something about yoga. It's like, go do things you're interested in, see who shows up. It's like, I think get out there more is the key words, and I know that'll be easier as COVID lifts, but that's just what I'm hearing for you, Hazel and Juju. I hope that helps. Soon, though. You'll have options soon that you're interested in. Oh, who did I just click on? Best of the Bethesda. Do I have any spiritual abilities? Yes, many. It's like not the ones you expect, though. It's like claircognizance, yes. Energy sensitivity / clairsentience. You can ramp that up if you want to. What else? I do hear you can channel. That will take some practice and a bit of honing in. I do feel like you do have a natural propensity for channeling, especially automatic writing is what's coming through, but be patient with that if you want to delve into that. It is not always an instant fix, if that makes sense, and there's not always instant gratification with that trajectory. For there are many healing and belief shifting things one must go through to fully unveil their gifts at certain times. But you are a highly gifted individual. We would say you're very spiritually inclined. It is simply uncovering that and releasing the beliefs from the people around you that hinder you from fully realizing that. For it can sometimes not be conducive for you to realize your gifts if people are calling you crazy or saying, oh, this is silly or that is BS, when in fact many of these things are not BS. There is definitely something deeper to them and once you investigate them for yourself. But yes, highly intuitive. We would say pulling cards would be a good way for you to unveil your gifts, and definitely meditation and going within and realizing you have your own unique way of working with the divine. And that is the case for many of you who want to expand your gifts. It may not look exactly like Brandon or someone who does astrology like Lisa or other practitioners you've encountered or other YouTube readers. For the more you step into your own gifts, the more you have the propensity to take them further than you might otherwise trying to copy another individual. Not that you would do that, if that makes sense. We are just letting you know that the more you find the unique ways that you work and take the time to uncover that and let the universe guide you. And you can simply say, universe, ask me to the ways I ask you to guide me to the ways that I best work. Guide me to the people, to the experiences, to what would show me how I work, and then take me further with those things so that I can really unveil my gifts and use them for the highest good of all. You can also say, only for the highest good. God, universe, source, use me in the ways that I am meant to be. Please guide me to my highest and best divine path, my highest and best most fulfilling path. Use me for the highest good. Yada yada. For God is infinitely intelligent and wise. The universe is infinitely intelligent and wise. The angels of the highest light your guides are infinitely intelligent and wise and know what is best for you, what would be most fulfilling while you fulfill your unique role this lifetime. That is a tool you can use to not offer yourself up, or it does not give up your free will or choice, if that makes sense. It is simply giving the divine permission to guide you more thoroughly and readily to that which is meant for you and to that which you are meant to be doing. If that makes sense, that is something Brandon has encountered from, again, to use that name, Lee Harris, another great channeler out there, we would say. But anything else that is coming through for you, we would say, it is up for you to uncover and to grow and expand in the ways that you want. You are not limited with your gifts. You might start out where this is your propensity and your natural inclination, but you want to go this direction. And yes, you will have things that you are naturally better at than others, and you will find it's much easier to expand in this direction rather than that direction. But the key is you discovering it for yourself allows it to be uncovered in the best ways for you rather than someone else necessarily telling you, which there is nothing wrong with that either. We love to take time to let you know, hey, yes, you are divinely gifted. You are not crazy. Please go develop that, uncover that, be a light in the world by using your gifts to help others, for that encourages others to realize they too have the gifts and can help others in their own ways. And the more each does that in their own way, the more the world is expanded with light and love and people being themselves, giving other people permission to be themselves and start to exude their own versions and inclinations of how they too can spread light and love. Does that make sense to everyone? We really hope it does, and we get that for the vast majority of you, it quite simply does. So that is what we want to tell you and the rest of you who are interested in honing in your gifts. Jasmine77, will taking a psychic meditation class help me? Yes, but there's more. Be open to other options as well. Ooh. Cool. Hope that made sense for everyone. Caitlin Allen, killing it. Thank you. Madeline Woods, do I have a future in my acting career? Yes, but be patient. And ooh, Stephanie, thanks for the hydrate reminder, guys. Oh man. Ooh, I appreciate the water reminder. Oh man, I almost took the whole water bottle down. I wish like TikTok would include little like sounds, and maybe I could like upload my own MP3s or something, and like if I was taking a water break, I could play like the water break song or something. I feel like that would be very fun. Oh, Madeline Woods, I hear that. Give it a few years, just a few years, and just see how far you get. It might be frustrating at first, but like it's worth it if you like just chug along, and like look at me, like here I am like years after getting into this stuff, and here I am on TikTok where it's like I'm getting traction with something I love to do, but it wasn't immediate. Like yes, I had the universe like bring me Michael J. That'd be awesome. Is that like a South Park reference? Because it's like a Oh, maybe you're like, I thought you were like recommending a song or a sound that would be for like the water break. And I don't know if you're just like trolling me, sure, Paul, or not, but I don't know. That would be a great water break sound, just to use that either way. Smith Lottie, do you need to leave this situation? I'm really stuck. No, not yet. What are my pronouns? He, him, is what I'm getting. I know you feel stuck, but not for long. I think there's like a doorway opening up that's like, it's almost like a hidden passageway. Or if anyone's familiar with like Avatar: The Last Airbender, the song like Secret Tunnel. Gosh, the younger crowd's probably laughing. But Smith Lottie, sorry. Oh, sorry, Bubba Chip. I don't know who you are. What was I saying? What I feel like is there's a doorway that's going to open up and you're going to see it, and like if you're going to dip out, I would dip out with grace, but it's just like don't dip out just yet. Wait for like the golden opportunity is what I'm hearing. I hope that makes sense. Oh, thanks Ikara31. I appreciate that. She just said, highly recommend booking a private session with him. He is too humble to advertise it, but deaf to it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I kind of forget. I just get in the role with these readings. I'm like, and I just like, all right, I do that. So we answered that. Oh, sorry, we did answer that. So I'm just trying to clean up the Q&A. Oh, no, clean up the Q&A here. Oh my God, how is it? Has it been 2 hours? Love reading, please, Jamie. Okay. Ooh, I need a sip of coffee. I need like 1 second. I think I need to like ground. I'm like getting a little dizzy here. Okay. This card like really likes to pop out. I just like it kind of like flipped open. Jamie, you're very watched over. It's almost like you can't choose wrong at this time. Like you're very divinely guided. If you feel like you're like walking back and forth between the old and the new, it's like you are and you aren't. It's just like you're kind of being like reminded of things that didn't work out, so you choose a new path is what I'm hearing, if that resonates. if anything's like coming up that reminds you of the old, as you consider different options in your life right now. That could be relationship wise, that could be on the job front, that could be whatever. What am I getting? I kind of feel it's more relationship wise, but go with what resonates for you. You're on the right track in life. I think some internal healing would behoove you. Behoove is such a fancy word, but anything you can go do to like kind of just like, it's almost like reconnecting some dots within yourself for like, okay, yeah, I remember now, I like this thing, or that's right, I do have this passion, or I do really enjoy flowers. And it's almost like the enjoyment of life in that aspect, where it's like you're reconnecting with your like emotional body to like enjoy life a bit more vividly is what I'm hearing. I think like it's like some recent or like semi-recent events might have you a little like shook up. I don't know if you're actually feeling shook up or if that resonates, or just like maybe there's like some jarring experiences in your past or recently that like have you a little like, it's almost like someone strikes a gong and it's just like vibrating, like, that'll clear up. I think it's just like, a lot of it's just kind of like remembering certain aspects of you and remembering who you are. It's like, you know who you are for the most part. It's just like, it's like reconnecting some small dots to go forward more confidently. This is what I'm seeing, I'm getting. I hope this makes sense to you, because it seems ambiguous, but I hope it's like pinging some thoughts or some memories or some like aha moments for you, is like as I'm saying it. Sorry, but you wanted a love reading. I don't know why I don't even know what I was saying. So love reading, I think that all applies, but let's get more. I don't know why I forgot I was doing a love reading. So let me get back to my center. Clearly, angels of the highest light, bring me grounded in the highest and best ways. Gaia, please send the highest and best loving pure energies up to ground me in the highest and best ways. Bring me presence and bring me to my highest and best state for me to channel through the highest and best, most accurate answers for everyone. Thank you. That should help. I'm going to take a sip of kombucha and refresh myself. All right. Love reading. All right. Yeah, I do feel like remembering what you like is important. And so that makes a lot of sense of walking back and forth and seeing like the different options and like just seeing like what didn't work and what you didn't like. If you have a choice between the old and the new, I would choose the new. I would choose something potentially you haven't gone with before and like get a new experience under your belt, if that makes sense. I do feel like you're meant for good love. I don't feel like you'll be alone forever. I do feel like love will be coming in soon, but don't be patient. Like, there's no reason to like rush things. You might, and that's okay. It actually might be safe to rush in the near future if you find someone you really, head over heels for. Interesting message. That's not usually what I get, but love will find you. I would say I would almost sit pretty and just like work on yourself and like reconnect those dots of like, oh yes, I like this thing. Oh yes, that's who I am. Yes. And just like inner, like maybe a little bit of emotional healing. Like you're getting there, is what I feel. So just take what resonates with that. I hope that helps, Jamie. Isabella Papa, am I with the right person? You're never really with the wrong person, if that makes sense. It's like he's the right one, or she, depending on who. They're the right one for now, is what I'm hearing. I do feel like you have amazing things coming in love. Like if that falls through, there's better on the way, is what I want to say. I think like they do want to say in the long term you might have better options. Man, I really always just hope that the other person or party is not watching these lives at the same time when I do this, because it's not a call out to like, or call down to anyone else in the situation. That's just what I get. But the answer is like, he's the right one for now. And like, you're never with the wrong person. You're always with someone for a reason, and you're always like learning and getting something from that situation. And like, you know what, there's a quote that I love, and it's like, just because like a lot of people want that like long-term relationship that lasts forever. And I get that, because like I too find myself asking for that. you know, a lot of the time. And at the same time, like, if you learned and you grew and you loved and you know what to do better next time, that's pretty successful in a way. Does that make sense? But you're with the right person right now. That situation might change in a bit. There might be a change up or a curveball in the mix, but I feel like you'll know what to do. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that helps, Isabella Papa. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think I've seen this. Oh, Jamie Nauman, I really just adore you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jamie. Thank you so much. Jasmine, just scheduled a session with you. Thank you to whoever mentioned it. Awesome. Looking forward to it, Jasmine. Looking forward to chatting with you and channeling for you. Annie Lee 4, is Wesley the one for me? I do get no. I know that's not usually the question you want to hear, but hopefully that brings some clarity for you. That's what I'm getting. Sophia Alice, do I have any spiritual gifts? Yes. Yes, but it takes a while to uncover. I would actually work on getting grounded right now, like bare feet on the earth, just kind of feeling more present. Black tourmaline and like smoky quartz are good crystals for you. If you want to connect more, selenite for sure, and clear quartz for like amplifying intentions. Sorry, that's just what I'm hearing. I'm hearing psychic, intuitive, like a lot of psychic abilities. They might be a bit hidden at the time, but the more you delve in and like either do tarot, they're saying tarot for you would be good to help like pull that out and start getting more of the psychic intuitive messages. Because I almost get like, I don't know if you have Scorpio in your chart, but I'm getting like a Scorpio energy where it's like watery and intuitive and like deeper and just able to pull down information from the ethers is what I'm getting as the words to use, which is different than my typical vocabulary, but this is what's coming through right now. But that's a good start. I would delve into that for sure, Sophia. Thanks, Be Divine. Be Divine, if you don't mind moderating, I'm gonna make you a moderator. And you can always be like, I don't want this job if you're like, nah. So we have a different moderator set than I'm used to for today, but that's okay. The one thing I want to avoid once Stephanique and Kylie return is just too many hands on the pot. But I don't think that'll be the case. But again, no pressure or. Thanks so much, Be Divine. I appreciate you. And you too, Deja, if you're around. You're so welcome, Sophia. So I appreciate you guys a lot. I know there's no obligation to ever do this. Lori, I'll do my best to get you to right after this one. Hydrate? Yes, hydrate. So, oh my gosh. I don't know why I just like forgot what I was doing for a second. Anyways, I appreciate you, Deja. I appreciate you, Be Divine. Make sure to hydrate. Angry face. Thank you. But a lot of love to the mods for jumping in today without the normal moderating crew. Oh, Ruda. Hey, Ruda. You're here. Ruda, by the way, I saw your art and I love it. I am very, it's fantastic. Ruda sells art on Redbubble. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ruda, but really cool, awesome mandalas and stuff. I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, Traylon, I'm so sorry to have your question hanging ominously over the chats. I don't think I answered you today, no. But anything for you today? Yeah. I would stay the course. You're pretty much on the right track in every area, so like I wouldn't worry so much, and I would actually take time to kick back and relax and like they're saying like enjoy the garden. So I think it's like just the outdoors, because I just see like kind of kicking back outdoors, like maybe have like a, I don't know if Capri Sun's the right drink, but it was like a fruity kind of drink and like an alcoholic wine glass looking glass, and you're just kind of like kicking back and be like, okay, finally, like just like, so some rest time would be like warranted, perhaps like a little break, and like nothing too crazy, just enough to like get the creative juices flowing or get yourself like back on the grind, if that makes sense. But you are on the right track, so that's always good. Anything else? They like stay gifted, so if you've been working with your gifts or like working on like honing them in, perfect.
keep doing that. Because they're just saying you're a gifted individual, and you do have a lot to offer. So I think that's just something to keep in your back pocket. That's something to remember. You're a great person, they want to say too. And don't hold back when you're expressing like what your heart is feeling or like wanting to say. Like really speak your truth, because good things will come out is what I'm hearing. So I hope that makes sense, Traylon. I hope that helps you out. Yeah, guys, just so you know, if you missed anything, the replay will be on YouTube. I typically get that up the day after. And if you give it 24 hours after that, then there's also transcripts. If you hit like the CC button that pops up when you put your mouse over the, or if you tap the video on YouTube, and then you can try and like look for your question or a specific part through the transcripts. Marianne Paul 19, please read me. I would just don't give up on yourself are like the first things that come through for you. Yeah, don't give up on yourself. I think it's like I would also stay the course, but I would also like do any inner work or healing that comes up at this time. This cultivating awareness is a big part of that, because it's like once you become aware of certain issues or things you do or things you want to shift, that's what really allows the greater possibility of them changing, if that makes sense. And I don't want to limit you and say like you can't shift if you aren't aware explicitly of like what's shifting or what you want to shift, because that's simply not true. You can shift at any time. But they might want to go full channel mode here. Yeah. For you, we want to say stay the course. For you, you know what you are about for the most part, and you know what you want out of life right now, and you know what you're going for. So there's no great mystery when you have those things locked in. Definitely go for those things. You're not really missing anything. We would say pay attention a bit more. Make sure to pull your head up, down out of the clouds occasionally, and up from the water, from the metaphorical swim through life towards any goals or aspirations or anything of the sort, if that makes sense. And just make sure that in the big picture you are headed in the way you want to head, which you mostly are, is what we want to say. Life will kind of redirect you, if that makes sense, as you swim, and you will find that you are headed in the right direction very soon if you do not realize that you are. There's nothing great you need to do at this time. We would say go within and cultivate awareness, for awareness is really the key to unlocking the next phase of your strength, growth, and even strategy. For as you become aware of yourself and even the energies around you more vividly, is what we want to say, the more that you will unlock a greater knowing that you've always had, that you realize you've had, but maybe perhaps have not quite put your finger on yet, and you will be able to bring that knowing forward in more areas of your life and be more confident with what you say and who you speak to and what you gravitate towards, if that makes sense. But there are no great mysteries, is what we want to say. You are headed in the right directions for you. Go within is just simply the message we want to say on top of that. So we are wishing you the best, and have a blessed Mother's Day, and we are signing off. I hope that helps, Marianne Paul. Keep going, and don't give up, really. That's kind of the message. I hope that helped and made any sense. Oh, sorry. I'm like zoning out after I channeled. I was like reading the chat and I'm zoning out. Eagle Terry 3, not right away is what I get. Oh, you just chatted. Should I continue looking for a man or be alone? I think alone time would behoove you. They like the word behoove right now. Behoove you. Should I continue looking for a man or be alone? Keep looking, but like some alone time would be good. I think it's like the right man is coming. It just takes time for the universe to rearrange the puzzle pieces of like how things play out to like bring that your way. But definitely don't worry and don't fret, because the universe hears your like pleas for that, if that makes sense. Your requests, and I feel like you already do write lists, but if you don't, like it's always good to like, what qualities do I want? Here are the boundaries of what I don't want, and just know you're worthy of like so much more than you realize in love, if that makes sense. And of course, like I do always recommend self-work. I do feel like that helps in
gravitating towards you like the man of your hopes, wishes, desires, and like romantic dreams or something like that. So it's like not right away, but yes, that's coming where you get the person you want or the type of person you want, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm getting for you, Ingleterry. Like some alone time to get clearer on that would help too. That's what I get. But I feel like you're already pretty clear. Just be patient. So hopefully that helps you. Okay, let's try and find some other questions. I know it's kind of... 111 Sid, should I go back to school? I get not right now. I would give it like a month so you're really clear on it is what I'm getting. I do feel like you'll know what to do like at that point after a month or so, like June, July. Things will be a bit more like clear to you. They'll make more sense. That's what I'm getting for you, 111 Sid. Hope you're well. You're welcome, Marianne Paul. I just saw that. Thank you. Speaking of, did Stu read my entire social media story recently? I got pretty close to it. Not all, but like a good portion is what I get. So I hope that answers that, Vicky Nay. Will Colin give me another chance? Please answer. I do get no, unfortunately. I feel like that's leaning towards no. But don't worry, because there's better inbound. But I know that's not usually what you want to hear in the situation. But that is what I'm getting, unfortunately. Like, don't worry about him too much. It's gonna be okay. I hope that helps more about, like, because I know that's more of a specific question on that situation. I hope that helps. Okay, we answered that one. User 900664269 asked, what signs does my dad show me when he's around? I'd pay attention to cardinals in specific and like butterflies, but like blue butterflies. Anything that reminds you of him. Like if he smoked cigarettes, it could be cigarette smoke. If he ever had a cane, like a cane, any movies he used to watch, like pay attention for that stuff as well. Anything that frequently shows like that is definitely a sign. But the first two, red cardinals, I don't know what blue butterflies is about, but that's going forward. Pay attention to that. That's a sign for you. And that could be your social media. That could be a blue butterfly flitters around next to you. Could be anything where blue butterfly shows up. So that's what I'm getting for you. Hope that helps you. Okay. Someone asked if Tia Margie is one of her spirit guides. I do get no, Playboy Bruzy. You do have spirit guides. They do want to point towards angels. Archangel Metatron just really loves to show up for people when I'm checking in on this. So I think he's really helping with like crown chakra work and expansion. You do have a lot of angels around you, Playboy Bruzy. Hey from Los Angeles. Hey Portugal, 19802. Hello from around Chicago-ish. Hey Little Moon 333, you're from Germany. How can I book the correct time for a reading with me? What time zone are you in? So if you look up like where what time Chicago is, because it's Central Time, North American Central Daylight Savings Time, so CDT. If you look up North American Central Time or like Chicago time and like compare that, like, 'cause I know there's like time zone calculators or comparison websites, like you can kind of get the gauge that way. Otherwise, you can DM me. And just let me know. Hey 53 Wilma from Scotland. Hey from around Chicago. Here. Is that Amy is okay? Guys, book private readings with him. He's really great, but also too humble to promote himself. Thank you. I appreciate you guys doing that because I totally forget 100% that to promote that. But thank you so much. I do private readings. That's the first link in my bio to my website. There's a scheduler for that, and that's available there. If that's something you feel called to. Okay, what's next here? I'm gonna try and find some older ones. Hopefully you guys are still hanging out with me. Oof. Martahari, will I get the publishing contract I'm looking for? Well, what's the situation? What I'm getting is like my body pendulum swinging to no, but they're saying like keep looking because you'll get one. It's not a lost cause at all. Keep pushing, keep searching, keep like, even if you feel like you're, cause I see that like turning up stones and like looking under stones and like the right thing will turn up, but like patience and like if this is like a book thing, or it's like for a book, you can keep revising your draft as you keep searching for the right thing. If that resonates, if that's the situation. It's like, yes, if you keep pushing, but if you're like waiting to hear back from like a publisher right now, that might not be it. That's just what I'm getting. So keep looking. Hydrate. Thanks, Jasmine. I appreciate that. Yes. Are Ryan and I gonna date again? From Amy is okay. I think I saw you in the Q&A. There is potential, but I would actually try to move on for now. I would try to move on. It's like not, what I'm hearing is like it's not as promising as you might think, and I know that's not like what you want to hear ever. Like I get it. I get it. And I don't necessarily like bringing those things through, but like if that's what I'm getting, that's what I'm getting. I would try to move on from now. I'm sorry to say that. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Questions are not in order. I do my best, and sometimes I just see a quick question I can answer on the Q&A, or I see someone like asked it multiple times, and it's like a quick answer I can answer. So I'll just do that really quickly. But I do the best I can. And thanks again to Deja and Be Divine for moderating today, stepping it up. The normal moderators, Kylie and Stephanie, both very beloved as well. Doing oh my god, that does not sound right. Doing Mother's Day stuff. Gosh, what is coming out of my mouth? Doing Mother's Day stuff. So big round of applause and thank you to both of them for hanging out. I appreciate you guys a lot. Is Jay my divine counterpart? I do get no, Sloth Mercy. I love that username. Quick side note, the usernames, I love your guys' usernames. It's one of my favorite things is to like look through people's usernames, and like Sloth Mercy is great. Shh. Deja, shh. Oh, thank you, Lori. Oh, that's right, Lori. Okay, I'm gonna get to your Q&A if I can find it. Quick answer, Sloth Mercy. I'm so sorry. Probably not the answer you want, and I'm getting distracted on top of it. No was the quick answer. They will turn up. It's just like there's still things that need to play out in your life before that divine counterpart turns up, if that makes sense. That doesn't necessarily mean like break up with, if you're with Jay, that doesn't necessarily mean like break up with them right away. It just means they're not your divine counterpart. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we're looking for Lori real quickly because I said I was going to answer her question, and then, man, so channel mode and me, I love channeling and channel mode, and sometimes it's very like, I don't know how to describe it. You don't always like remember things, if that makes sense. All right, Lori.
Let's see what's going on. Well, happy Mother's Day, y'all, while I scroll through the Q&A. And I am, I can't always get to all the questions. I do my best, but I am sending you all the highest and best blessings for all the situations you're asking about. And I'm asking for where it applies and should it be in the highest good and should you be open to receiving it. That the highest and best resolutions occur regarding those situations for anyone I didn't quite get to or don't get to. But I will do my best to get through as much as I can. Real quick, Jamie, no, am I a healer? It's like, yeah, you do have healing capabilities, and like you can be. There are a lot of other things you can do to help people. I feel like your like builder is like an archetype that's showing up for you, and bringing grace to people is also like it's just like it's kind of like an archetype or an energy that you bring about, if that makes sense, quite naturally. So it's like through a roundabout way you heal a lot, if that makes sense. But it's like you're more than just a healer. Does that make sense, Jamie Nauman? I just saw this question really quickly and got the answer. Okay. Man, well, I am grateful so many of you guys showed up and are asking these questions and are hanging out. Ooh, that is a great question. I want to answer that. I wish I could, like, cue these. I will get to these. Trying to find particular questions does take a second, so I appreciate the patience, guys. But I appreciate you all in general. I hope you guys are having a great weekend, had a great weekend, and I hope you guys have a good week ahead too, going forward from this live. Whoop. Okay, there are just so many questions. I'm so sorry. There's like a couple I really wanted to get to, and I will try my best to get to these. Okay, Puppy to 6. I'm so sorry. I've never gotten to you on a live. Brandon, I tried to get to you on every live. Lori, I'm so sorry. I'm not finding your Q&A. It's quite the list, but I'm doing my best, so we'll see what happens. Brandon, I tried to get to you on every live. So I don't know if you were trying to ask us a particular question, but I want to see what comes through for you just in general, just because you've tried to. They want to say you're a great person, but they're also like, stay away from the bad eggs and don't let people influence you away from like who you really are and away from your gifts. Because I feel like you have talents that you want to let shine, and you should. And like, it's like, don't let people like, this might not be literal, like beat you out of them or like discourage you when it's like, it's something you really want to do in life, if that makes sense. That could be anyone. Like, you have a lot of talents you want to share, do it, Papitas, if that resonates for you and it's something that feels right for you. And don't ever let people stop you. Anything else? What do you need to hear most right now? You're so much better than you think you are is something that comes through for like, I do feel like that's just in general, but like anything you've been cultivating or working on or like building, that is like better than you think, if that's what I'm hearing. Don't give up on yourself, or like, I do want to say, like, in general in your life, like your soul is really leading the way right now. If you're creating something, I feel like you're meant to be doing some pretty big things with what you're creating. And that's just what I'm hearing right now. So take that as it resonates. I don't know everything about your specific situation. I'm bringing through the messages as they come. But stay the course is kind of the message. Like, there are going to be some changes and like upshifts coming in where like life kind of surprises you like over the next year for sure is what I'm hearing. But even like in the next couple of months, if that makes sense, it's just like things just kind of get a bit better. Things kind of surprise you. People show up out of nowhere. People from the past, especially, I think too, which is like surprise offerings or just surprise, like maybe like gifts or just surprises. So a good theme for you this year right now is like, I want to say love. I think that can be like self-love. That's like love of all sorts, but even like familial love, like
between family and kind of exploring like those bonds. I hope that resonates. But love in general is more like just something that's going to be potentially in your mind in the year ahead. And maybe that's something that's always on your mind, but it's just going to be a bit magnified. I would pay attention to like peace and like cultivating that in your life. It's just like, there's a quote that I really love, and it's called, Lee Harris is where it's from, and it's called "Peace is Fuel." I just saw it the other day, and it's popping into my head, so I want to say that too, where it's like, the more peace, like the easier it is to just like be at ease and like make good choices, is what I want to say. But again, just pay attention to like the people around you and how they influence you, and just make sure you're surrounding yourself with like loving, supportive people, if you can. I hope that makes sense, Papita6. I'm sorry if you had a specific question and I didn't like nail it for you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Rosary. You said my energy is so comforting. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I'm grateful. Thanks for the fire, Jasmine. I really appreciate it. Keep seeing 3 consecutive numbers. Any meaning? Yeah. Definitely look up angel numbers. The website I prefer for angel number meanings is Joanne Sacred Scribes. If you Google that, it's like Blogspot. Joanne Sacred Scribes at blogspot.com, something like that. I prefer that, but there's always a meaning. It's like everything is a sign, and I know it's like sometimes it's like if you're newer to it, it's like a slow ramp up to seeing the synchronicity and everything, where the universe is like constantly talking to you around you. But try not to get too up in your head about it. It's once you get used to the energy of what a sign is, when it happens, you're like, oh, that's a sign. Oh, that's a sign. Oh, I see now. And like, oh, that's just a tree. But oh, that face in the tree that looks like a dragon. I wonder what that's. Does that make sense? But for what the messages are trying to tell you right now is like, I'm really trying to get your attention, because it's just like, hey, look over here. A balance is a theme that the numbers are trying to talk to you about, where it's like getting into balance, and I think slowing down as well. But it's also a sign you're on the right track, where it's just like, don't rush things, but like you're actually doing pretty well. It's like a round of applause even at this time. Pay attention to 222, especially like for relationships or like divine counterparts is what I want to say. 333 is like you're very divinely supported, if that makes sense. And 111, I would make a wish if you see like the repeating ones. That's what I like to do. That's what it comes through for me. SR14. Will my daughter come back into my life? I do get yes. Eventually, gradually. It'll be a slow start though. Okay, so guys, unfortunately this live might be a bit shorter because my battery is like dying. I just didn't have as much time to charge my phone, so my battery is dying out a little bit sooner than it normally would. Normally I'd be here till like 12 or 1, unfortunately. So maybe I'll go back on in like a bit if my phone charges, if I can feel about it, but I just want to let you guys know ahead of time. I don't have as much time as I would hope. I've got 4% battery life, so we'll see how long we go. And who else is going to turn up here? Oh, Vicky Nay, you had such a great question that I saw it in the Q&A, and then I was trying to find something else, and I don't see it right now. But it was like how you can be more compassionate and kind and caring. And I want to delve into that because I feel like something really interesting could potentially come through for that answer. So this is for Vicky Nay. I can't really pin it up because I don't know where it is in the Q&A. It's in the Q&A verse, which is it's I don't know what it is. It's where Q&A questions go and the right ones surface, I guess. So for Vicky Nay on that front, how to be more compassionate, kind of caring. I think it's getting in tune with your soul and yourself and realizing like a lot of the struggles you've been through and seeing similarities in like the struggles others have been through, if that makes sense. It can be like, especially if you're around gruffer energies from time to time, like if that's at work or it was like a father figure or a parent, like it can be difficult to they want to go full channel mode or they're going to gradually go into full channel mode as I talk here. it can be difficult sometimes to pull yourself out of that and pull your head out of the water to see the inherent compassion that the universe has for all beings. And the more you realize everyone is loved, everyone is divine, everyone has God within them, if that makes sense, for God is everyone and everything, the more you see everyone is deserving of compassion. But this does not mean you do not have boundaries and let people walk all over you. No, this is not it. For you, self-compassion and self-love are also keys to unlocking compassion for others. For as you unlock the compassion for what you have been through, you also unlock the compassion for others who have been through the same thing. As you have gone through struggles and hardship, you realize the strength it takes for others to carry their own torch through their own hardships, to keep going sometimes when the going is rough. And even if this makes sense to you, the people who have not had it so hard and who are more easily perturbed by life circumstances that to you might not be necessarily so daunting, for you have seen greater challenges, you can have the compassion that they did not have the experiences you had, or the capability or circumstances to grow themselves to be able to handle life to a greater capacity. So we would say self-care is the key, for you will not be so wrapped up in other people's attitudes towards you or life, and you will be able to come from a more centered place. The more you are centered and with your own energies, especially time to time, even if that is 5 minutes a day, and you have this time to reset yourself and be a little bit less jarred by outside energies, the more you'll be able to see more readily the operating place of people. For when you learn to read energies and hone your empathic abilities and your intuition, you can more readily see when you see a person where they operate from, and you can see, yes, I see from their energies that they might have a wound from society, and this is why they hide away on an organic farm off in the boonies, if that makes sense. Or you might see that someone is rough, and you can see, oh yes, I see that just something about the energies. They have had a rough time at home with their wife, if that makes sense. And you might not get the specifics, but you might get the energy of the situation and where they are coming from. And when you see where they are coming from and the consciousness they are coming from and the level they are coming from, you have so much more compassion for where they are coming from because you see their angle of the story. But again, you must also set your boundaries and not allow that to have you become a doormat to other people just because you see where they come from, because this does not mean where you come from is not valid. Does that make sense? So the more you hone your intuition, oddly enough, the more you can see where people are coming from, the more compassionate you become. And this is why we say hone your gifts, hone your divine guidance, hone your clairsentience and ability to feel energies, because the more you expand your awareness of what the higher sense of awareness of the energies, for you feel what is actually there, of your intuition, so where you see what is actually there, the more you can see where people are coming from, the more you become more compassionate and divine-like, because you see things from a more accurate, truthful perspective, much like the divine always does, for the divine is everything, is infinitely intelligent, infinitely knowing, and infinitely wise. The more you can come from a more divine-like space because you are seeing things from truth. That is what we want to say, is truth will be the barometer that leads you to compassion. And the more truth you can bring through you and see, the more compassionate you will be, for you are not fighting against others and where they are coming from, but seeing from truth where all these different people are coming from. And from there you can see that no one is really wrong. Even if they are not accurate, they are not wrong for coming from where they're coming from because of their life experiences or the biology or whatever is going on with them energetically. Does that make sense? We hope that makes sense to you. Wow, okay. Yeah, so anything else additionally? It's like expanding yourself and like going within, cultivating mindfulness, and just realizing you are more compassionate than you realize too, is also what I'm hearing to end that. So I hope that helps Vicky, Nay, and anyone else who wants to be more compassionate. You're welcome. That was a great question. Thank you for that one. Yeah, meditation would help with that. I don't know I don't remember everything that I just brought through. Whatever it is that would help you cultivate awareness. In like a higher form, like intuition. Meditation does help, I feel. That is a good centering exercise too. So hopefully that helps. How does music work with your spiritual abilities? One, a lot of music can be channeled if you write music. Music is also very vibrational, and it has a lot to do with feeling. So like if you get very in tune with like vibration and like how things feel, it's also like I had a healer one time say energy and like feeling energy can work the same way, because it's like you feel vibration, energy, you feel vibration, music, you feel vibration. Does that make any sense to you? It's very interwoven and like divine, and there's like a lot of interweaving between like music and like certain like understandings and secrets of the universe is what I'm hearing. Just to be, that's what they're saying. It's like the more you tune in with music and then come back to yourself, the more like you'll understand certain things like with a broader sense of awareness. Interesting message. That's what I'm hearing. I hope that makes sense for the music thing. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't see. I have 2% battery, so I'll get to what I can here. I'll potentially a couple more, but I'm so sorry I can't get to everyone. I do my best, but I will be going live Sunday at 9 a.m. Potentially midweek, but I need to talk to my guys about that, because they've been a little bit not as like gung-ho about the midweek like general reading lives I do, but we'll see what's up with that. She thing is, will the health issues I'm facing get better? I do get yes. Stay the course on that. You are healing it. So I that's what I'm getting is yes, they will get better. Short answer. I hope that helps you. And I'm gonna get one more in, guys. Sugar Cutie, I'm gonna see what happens here. Sugar Cutie 8 asks, what does my path look like in the next six-ish months? There's a lot of grace and just like forward momentum is what I want to say, and like in projects and circumstances, just like almost every area of life where it's like if anything felt stagnant, like that will no longer be the case. Like 6, 7, 8 months from now, I know we're venturing outside of that time frame, but that's what they're saying. They want to say flowers are important. Like pay attention to different flowers and like just what the flowers mean. If like look up flower meanings, if flowers start showing up over and over again for you, they're mentioning orchid as a flower with a particular meaning that might be good for you to look up for whatever reason. That can be a sign from the universe. I feel like there's a lot of relationship changes in the next 6 months, and like don't freak out about that. It's all like divinely guided, if that makes sense. So things will be shifting on that front, but it's to prepare you for what's to come, and like years away, if that makes sense. It's like the universe is shifting things, and it's almost like turning the key in the tumbler slowly, or it's like unlocking the lock combination on a lock to like unlock more forward momentum and like just kind of have the things that are keeping you maybe feeling a bit stuck fall away, if that makes sense. I feel like there's like a lot of luck in the next 6 months for you too, where it's like there's just like lucky circumstances or like synchronicity, or like a lot of divine timing where it's like, oh wow, cool. I do feel like it'll be fun too. There's like fun energies in the next 6 months. Anything in particular you need to watch out for? I wouldn't get too caught up in the details right now. I would like let go and be a bit more free flow and have fun too. Just loosen up a bit. I don't know. Almost like pamper yourself or let other people pamper you too. Like definitely receive. I think you can be a bit of a giver sometimes, but definitely take time to receive. And that doesn't mean take. That just means like if someone's offering something to you that sounds intriguing, like yeah, take them up on it if it feels right. Anything else? You're on the right track is what they're saying. So don't give up and trust your gut on like everything, because like intuition's on the rise worldwide is what they want to say, and you're going to be feeling that too in like at least in a year. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know if that's particular enough, but key words are like forward momentum, change, like in relationships, and like unlocking future like gateways or like doorways through like sudden shifts or like changes, and through momentum, and really stay the course that you've been on. No sudden like changes unless you've been planning them, unless it really, really feels right. That's what I'm getting for you. I hope that makes sense, Sugar Cutie 8. What happened to the other 7 though, is what I want to know. That's a joke. Really quickly, Court. I can't really read because my battery's dying and the screen is dark. Court 19422. Am I correct about the career my guys want me on? Okay, yes. But let that expand and let the horizons broaden around like that prospect is what I'm also hearing. Like, don't get too